good morning. Hi, everybody. Brock and Salk show this morning here on Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com, the Seattle Sports app, all the podcast platforms, and, of course, 97.3 HD2 and YouTube. You heard our friend Hawk blogger Brian Nemhauser say that we were his number one YouTube thing he visited this year, the Seattle Sports Channel, which is kind of awesome. We appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. And I hope he's not alone. I hope more and more people find us on video. If you missed any of that conversation, you can find it on YouTube. He was on video with us yesterday. And, we'll play it for you at 6:30 this morning as well. DJ Daniel Jeremiah going to show up and hang out with us at 8:30 this morning. We missed him on Tuesday as he was getting his way back from the Monday night game because he calls Chargers games. So Daniel Jeremiah, kind of a late appearance this week, 8:30 today, and tons of cool stuff to get to with him. And a lot of baseball talk mixed in, which we've been doing the last couple days. There's sort of good news, bad news today, I would say. More bad news. The weather is, and look, I'm not going to sit here and have like a long conversation with you guys about the weather. You all know it. The weather is like to the point of danger, and I feel really, really bad for anybody who's having to evacuate. I saw the governor say they're expecting over 100,000 Washingtonians to have to evacuate.
Wow.
Here, probably by the end of the day today, as the rivers are rising. There's tons of flooding. I saw anybody in Mount Vernon. If you were in Mount Vernon, go check, because it sounds like they are asking you to evacuate. And I know that's just one of many communities. So, look, our sister station, 97.3, Cairo News Radio, they're going to have information throughout the day. So if you are in a flood zone, or if you need anything, or if you need information, go to mynorthwest.com or listen to 97.3, and they can have all kinds of information for you throughout the day. I was just talking to Chris Sullivan. I got to make my way to Winthrop today. Don't know how that's going to happen, as I-90 is flooded and Route 2 is closed and 20 is closed. So, and I think Blewett Pass is closed. Like, everything is kind of closed. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But just stay safe out there. Don't do anything. Don't do anything crazy. Don't be a hero. Just stay safe. That's kind of the bad news today. And I hate that this is all going on. The good news, for us anyway, at least for you and me and Brock, is that Lyle made his way back late last night. This is a heroic effort. We give Lyle a lot of grief, understandably, but I'm not giving him any grief for this. This is straight up props. Lyle got in at 2:30 a.m. 2:30 a.m. after a delayed flight from Orlando. He was at the baseball winter meetings the last week, basically. And he's here with us this morning, showed up on time, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Lyle, I'm impressed. Seriously, genuine, no, not taking a shot. There's nothing coming behind this. I'm just impressed. Nice work.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, we powered through. Somehow.
I don't think I've ever done that. I've never hit a flight like that and then come in here the next day. That's pretty good. So, all right, let's get into it. How was it? Just give me some stories. Give me some fun. We'll dig into the baseball element of it probably more at 6:45. I want to talk through with you some of the ideas and thoughts and names and everything else. But give me kind of the scene and maybe a little bit of who you talked to and kind of some fun stories, anything you saw that was cool. Give me some details.
Yeah, the scene was really fun. I actually liked it better than last year's in terms of the setup they had. And it was not at the Swan and Dolphin, which I know a lot of people.
Where were they last year?
Last year was in Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Which was, again, it was good, but I guess I liked the way it was all set up this year a little bit better. It was basically one side, there was two hotels. One side at a hotel called the Signia, which is where the MLB Network studio was. It was basically where all the media was set up.
Okay.
And the other side, which was the Waldorf Astoria, was where all the executives were and most of the team-based people were staying. And then there's this big, long hallway that connected the two hotels. And
sounds exactly like the Swan and Dolphin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like exactly the way the Swan and Dolphin is set up.
Okay, well, I've never been there,
Funny.
so I'll take your word for it. But, yeah, and then through the long hallways where you always see people walking, there's a bunch of the not Radio Row, but there's a bunch of people set up there doing some media stuff, like Foul Territory was there, the John Boy guys were there, a bunch of other people was there, The Athletic. And then, yeah, you kind of just roam around and you'll talk to people throughout the week, and, every 5 feet you feel like you get stopped, or either get stopped or you stop somebody because you see somebody you recognize. But yeah, the winter meetings are fun. It's 3 would end up being pretty long days always because there's always a lot of conversations. That's probably part of the reason I lost my voice last year was because you talk to so many people. But yeah, it was great. I mean, it's always fun because it's this huge convention where the whole baseball world's under one roof for 3 days straight. And you get to catch up with a lot of people that otherwise you don't always get to see throughout the year.
All right, most interesting person or people that you met and had a conversation with this week.
Let's see. I mean, there was
Did you see Passan?
Yeah, for about a minute or two. Again, I've only met him a couple times in person, and it's usually somewhat brief. I will say he is like the Beatles of the winter meetings. To use your guys' analogy, he is stopped by every single person every 5 feet he goes. So he's a popular guy.
We were really, honestly, like jokes aside, touched that he came on with us on Tuesday and spent a half hour with us during the winter meetings.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he is just really busy. You know what's interesting about Jeff, by the way? He doesn't tweet rumors.
Never.
He only tweets when the deal is done. He does not tweet, talks are heating up or so-and-so is maybe a possibility. He does not do any. Everyone else does. He does not mess around with that. I didn't even notice that until yesterday. There's none of that on his timeline.
No, he tweets when there's news, and he's usually the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, everybody wants to talk to Passan at the winter meetings. But we did talk to him for a minute or two.
Okay.
Other than that and all the other media people we talked to, I recognize Chris Archer. Remember the old pitcher for the Rays and the Pirates? So he's, one, I guess he's a pretty analytically driven guy. But two, now
he's a really interesting, smart dude, if I remember right.
Yeah. And that's what we picked up from talking to him. I kind of just stopped him because I recognized him. And I said, oh, are you working in baseball now? And I guess he's doing some stuff with the Dodgers. And he's, I don't know about in their front office, but I think he's doing some stuff on the pitching side where he also said that I think long term he'd be interested in potentially doing stuff in the front office. And kind of makes sense that he was with the Dodgers because him and Andrew Friedman had the connection in Tampa. So now he's doing stuff with them. He was really interesting. And again, he's pretty tuned in on like modern day pitching and a lot of the analytical side. He was interesting. Of all people, I recognized Jake Lamb at the big hotel bar scene.
Nice.
I might not be good at a lot of things or might not know a lot of things. The one thing I will say I must be in like the top 3-ish percentile of the world at is just like recognizing faces of baseball players out of a crowd. Because I turn next to somebody, I go, is that Jake Lamb of all people? Like, I mean, it was relevant to me because he's a Seattle guy. And he was cool. So walked up and talked to him. Those were probably the two like obscure kind of unique ones that I wasn't expecting to have a conversation with when I got there. But talked to those guys. Both of them were really nice. Fun to talk to. And then, yeah, it was definitely a lot of media people and like, I guess some agents and front office people that I've met in the past.
That's awesome. Well, we'll dig in a little bit more to the Mariners stuff, as I said, at 6:45. I'm glad you had the experience. I just loved it. I used to really enjoy going to the winter meetings. I wish I could still go. I just think it's such an incredibly fascinating couple of days, bringing the whole baseball world together. 425, I think that's our old listener, Ren, said, I still say when Mike went to the winter meetings and had a media roundtable segment, that was one of the best in the history of the show. I appreciate that. If I remember right, I got to remember who it was. I think it was Jason Stark, Keith Law, and I want to say Buster Olney. I forget who the third person was, but it was pretty awesome. We did like a cool I had enough headsets that we were able to do this like big media roundtable thing. And I injured myself getting Jason Stark to do it. I was trying to pretty hard to track all three of those guys down and get them in one place at the same time for 20 minutes or whatever it was. But I saw Jason Stark as I was going down. I was at the very top of an escalator about to go down. He was on the very top coming up. And I was like, wait, Jay. And I've been looking for him and trying to find him, trying to track him down. And I turned and stupidly tried to run back up the last couple steps of the escalator without even thinking about it. Fell, injured my thumb, which then was bleeding for like the next hour and a half, and I couldn't get it to stop. I was like in the bathroom with like toilet paper and Kleenex, holding it above my head, just desperately trying to get the stupid thing to stop bleeding. So you never know what can happen there, Lyle. It's a dangerous sport. Just going to the winter meetings. You see Chris Archer and Jake Lamb. I nearly bled out. So we each have different experiences.
I can't say I tripped and started bleeding, unfortunately. Maybe one day.
Quite a moment. But worth it for what ended up being a really cool deal with both or all three of those guys. Well, Chris Archer, I like that. That's kind of a fun. I remember meeting Jeff Fry, who's a name you probably don't know. He was a Red Sox second baseman when I was a kid and played all over. He might have even played here a little bit, just kind of a utility infielder. And he had become an agent, and running into him and meeting him, I was like, I love that kind of meeting the guys that you grew up watching who have found their way into baseball. And if you do recognize them or somebody introduces you or whatever, always a cool deal. All right, Lyle, good to have you back. We're going to test some of that knowledge that you have, not unfortunately for you, recognizing baseball players' faces. Instead, we're going to test your general fifth grade level knowledge with Seahawks tickets to see the Rams on the line at 7:30. We'll give you some more details as we go, but that's coming up this morning at 7:30. I want to give you everything you need to know next, and then, some Hawk bloggers, some baseball, tons going on. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports here on 710.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Was anyone in any way nervous at the half? I wasn't.
I wasn't worried at all. But, obviously, I do the pre-halftime and post-game shows.
Yeah.
People, I told you, Sam is the same old Sam. The run game.
They were texting it or they were
I'm
showing
telling
up?
you, the text lines were popping. And it lets me kind of feel what you guys are feeling.
Yeah.
But when they start balling, I need those same people to text in like, actually, I'm good now.
Only on Seattle Sports.
When my windshield cracked, I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
Hey Hawk fans, Jake Bobo. Stormy weather is here. How's your roof holding up? Give Techline Roofing a call. With the strongest warranty in the business, Techline has you covered. That's Tekline, roofing.com. Trust Techline.
Nugget bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes! Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Does your yard need shade, privacy, or a little brightening up? Look no further than Big Trees. I'm Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. At our 30-acre location, there are thousands of trees to choose from and knowledgeable staff, including a board-certified master arborist, to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Visit the nursery and learn more about Big Trees at bigtreesupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More. Fast internet speed.
He's got the geeks to go big, bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you. Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, Seahawks injury report after practice yesterday. Long, but not very concerning. Elijah Arroyo, the one lone non-participant, which was not a surprise. He's expected to miss the week. Both Jalen Sundell and Eric Saubert were able to get back in the practice field. Both would be helpful up front as the team kind of gears up for these final 4 games.
We hope so. We hope so that they'll be available, but each are on their same thing. These guys coming off a extended break, so we have a plan for each guy. We'll see how it pans out throughout the week, but we're optimistic for this weekend, and we can see how today goes, and then we'll kind of accelerate throughout the rest of the week and into next week.
Obviously, Sauber kind of slides right back into the Arroyo spot, you would think, if he's healthy, and just brings a little bit more blocking. He's a blocker, really good at that, and with Collar up kind of stepping into that role as well, hopefully they're able to move the ball on the ground using some of those tight ends. As for Sundell, he's been the starting center. Could he play center? Could he play guard? Is he going to play at all?
We got to see how well practice goes, but we'll make sure he's fully healthy before we start making a declaration.
All right, well, so we'll find out there, and whether he's a guard or a center or back in the starting lineup, all remains to be seen. Meanwhile, who's going to start for the Colts? I think it's going to be Phillip Rivers, as ridiculous as it sounds. And I got to say, as ridiculous as it looks, did you see Phillip Rivers yesterday, both on the practice field and at the podium? He's huge. He looks gigantic.
Stop.
No, I'm not going to stop. He's 44 years old, hasn't played in 5 years, and he showed up looking like he was getting ready to play nose tackle. He was asked about his weight.
What is your playing weight? What do you weigh right now?
Right this second? I'm not sure, Greg. How about that? That's an honest answer. And I will answer your question a little better on the playing weight, Greg. And not what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo, all right? I can tell you that. But then I'll follow that up with, I ain't never ran away from anybody anyway. Right? So I'm gonna, they people say, well, they're gonna know you're gonna be right there, and it's like, well, they knew that for 16, 17 years. So
he looked pretty big to me. Regardless, I think he's probably going to be out there, and it seems like Mike McDonald thinks so as well.
Yeah, we're expecting for him to play. I mean, we got to be ready for Riley and for Brett, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're expecting they're going to end up seeing 44-year-old Phillip Rivers The eyes of the football world will be on the Seahawks finally, although it will have, of course, nothing to do with the Seahawks.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Mariners still need to fill out their lineup, obviously, but the winter meeting's over, and now we'll see what foundations were built and what that leads to in terms of deals over the next couple of days and weeks. Wrote about it last night. You can read it at seattlesports.com. We know what they need, one veteran infielder, and they've said that's kind of the goal. So we know the options, right? Polanco, Marte, Donovan, Lau, plus a few more. John Morosi has certainly connected Lau to the Pirates. I saw that last night, which would actually be probably a huge positive if you're interested in getting Jorge Polanco back, because it takes away some of that market. Here's Morosi on Polanco and the Pirates.
If they're just going to be within range of everybody else's offers like they were on Schwarber, they're never going to get anybody. Okay, they're going to have to overpay. I've seen this. I saw this with the Tigers when they first started to get good around 20 years ago. You have to take some chances to get yourself back on the map. The Pirates have to do that. And that might be Munetaka Murakami. That might be Kazuma Okamoto. That might be Jorge Polanco. They might go 1 year longer than everybody else. They might go $1 million more on the AAV than everybody else. And they probably have to.
Yeah, they probably do. But if they've shifted some of their attention to Brandon Lau, then they're probably out on Polanco, which would obviously lower the price and take away one of the options that he would be able to choose. Orioles, man, interesting approach to their offseason. They're trying to improve the offense rather than focusing on the pitching that's been such a problem for them. They already added Taylor Ward now. Pete Alonso, giving them as good a lineup as you're going to see, certainly in the American League. They're also believed to be in the hunt for Framber Valdez, which would give them a frontline pitcher. So the Orioles, not happy with the way last year went, trying to make moves to change their fortune.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
And maybe the win of the year for the Kraken after what was looking like it might be one of their worst losses. Down 2-1 late, gave up a pair of breakaway goals, one on the power play, one on the PK. Just bizarre. But then they got busy. Jared McCann drew a penalty to let Matty Beniers score on the 6-on-4. Then they went to overtime. Beniers drew a penalty in OT, which was great. Now they were up 4-on-3, and Vince Dunn ended it in style.
Seattle looking for the winner on the man advantage. 4 against 3. Everly leaving it for Tobin. One-timer. Scores! Vince Dunn in overtime. And the Kraken snap their losing streak.
Sure did, and I did not see it coming. It looked ugly for quite some time, but they end up getting that win. They score. This is a weird game. 3 goals. They scored 5-on-4, 6-on-4, and 4-on-3. But they beat the Kings 3-2, and they will be in Utah tomorrow. Last story is just what's going on in Michigan as they fired Sharon Moore, their head coach, for cause. There's a story out. Well, I'll let Pete Thamel take it.
This is something that's been percolating at Michigan for the last couple weeks. There was initial flurry of speculation and an early investigation that died down toward the end of the regular season. There had been a lot of uneasiness on the Michigan staff. Sources had told me Sharon Moore had been acting strange, berating assistant coaches, not acting in a normal way. Things had quieted within the last couple weeks and obviously percolated back up within the last week. And look, I've been around this for a long time. It is rare that you get a statement like the one Michigan had, being as explicit as they are, saying it was an inappropriate relationship with a staff member that led to Sharon Moore's firing.
Yeah, well, later he was taken into custody after an alleged assault or attempted assault, and I think the speculation is certainly that the same staff member was involved. The whole thing is very messy, and we're waiting on more details to come out. All right, that is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
So interesting to hear him say. I saw multiple reports that said that people have been the rumors have been percolating this was going to happen for weeks now. So I think people are questioning whether they waited until after signing day to do this, which is
kind of gross also. Yeah. I mean, not surprising, but also gross.
Not surprising in this world of college football, for sure.
Okay. Let's take a deep breath. We're going to gird our loins, as Lyle said the other day. Lyle, gear up, man. Hour from now, we're going to put you to the test with a chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks-Rams primetime Thursday night game of the year on the line for a listener. So stick around. That's coming up in an hour. Our friend Hawk Blogger He's had some pretty, I thought, inflammatory things to say about these Seahawks and where they stand in the NFL today. Stick around. You'll hear that and more next.
Wyman and Bob.
Devin Witherspoon has been fantastic this year.
Every afternoon at 2.
He interviews like he plays. Energy. Yeah.
We just need a blade of grass. Give us a blade of grass, bro. That's all we need.
Like when people try to block him, it's like trying to block water. Yeah. I mean, he just is all over the place. His feet are phenomenal, and then you hear the energy there. So just the tempo of his voice and the way he talks. Like, can you imagine you got a guy like that on the field?
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Seattle. And our more than 95 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the Beard Hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
It's a cold winter night and your furnace dies. Don't let this happen to you. If your system's 12 years or older, upgrade now to a Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning system from Home Comfort Alliance and stay warm. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Hurry, it's your last chance to donate your car to Cars for Kids for 2025. Any car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Act now for your maximum 2025 tax deduction and vacation voucher. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate. That's CARS with a K.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
It's Toyota-thon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota Renton are providing you with large savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like the 2026 Corolla LE, leasing at $219 a month for 39 months with $29.99 due at signing. The Camry LE at 4.99% APR for 72 months, and the Prius leasing at $305 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. It's Toyota-thon at ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered.
Offers valid till January 5th, 2026. Excludes taxes, titles, licenses, dealer accessories, and a $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Models 1-852-255-2163.
When you're at home and next to your windows, do you notice cold air or a draft when the wind blows? How about moisture or leaking during a rainstorm? Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years in our home, our window seals started breaking. A failed window can do major damage to your home, and the older the window, the more likely it is to fail. That's why right now is an excellent time to have Harley Exteriors come by for a no-charge consultation. That's exactly what I had done over the summer, and not only were they extremely knowledgeable about all things windows, I found them to be polite, professional, and respectful. In other words, people you want to do business with. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy 3 windows, get 1 free. No payments or interest until 2027. And take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. They'll give you an honest assessment and quote. Go to harleyexteriors.com.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
It's kind of a Friends Day today, Brock. We got Lyle's going to join us in a half hour from the winter meetings, and Joel Klatt, well, it's not entirely Friends Day. Yeah, friend of yours anyway.
FOB.
Yeah, friend of Brock. But Hawk blogger Brian Nemhauser joining us right now. Good morning, sir. How are you? On video, no less. If you're watching on YouTube Live or on the Seattle Sports app. Hi, buddy. How are we?
I'm doing well, and I got to admit something to you both. Speaking of YouTube, I got my YouTube Wrapped for the year and my recap. Seattle Sports, my #1 channel over there on YouTube. So,
wow. How about that?
Not only a fan
now,
of the show, for sure.
I didn't realize YouTube did Wrapped like Spotify does.
They do.
So with Spotify, my #1 artist this year was Silver Sun Pickups, which was kind of weird, but okay. What? Silver Sun Pickups. I went to go see them this summer. They were great. But you get like a message from your favorite artist if they've recorded one, right? Like the bassist, I forget her name. She gave me a little message saying, hey, thanks for listening. And, we have a new album coming out, yada, yada. How does YouTube do that? Because we weren't asked to like record anything.
No, I don't think so. I've been getting a lot of people sending me their recaps, and it's a little it's humbling and a little shocking. Someone I think watched 627 of my videos this year. Wow. So I feel like I might need to hide my location.
I was going to say, they don't show location on that because I hope it wasn't Greenlight. I don't need to. I don't want to give away any more than I need to here.
Yes.
Hey, before we ask all these Seahawks questions, we got a lot. We've been talking. Today is the big Cairo Radio Holiday Magic Day, and so I've been. Brock, I've been passed. It's a little sad.
What?
Yeah, the golfing with Salk, 2 rounds at Newcastle. It's 8. You get 8. Essentially, you get 2 foursomes at Newcastle, 1 at Coal Creek, 1 at China Creek, 7 boxes of Pro V1s, and the only caveat is that I golf with you for one of the rounds. That's like the downside to this incredible golf package. It's at $2,000, which is great, Brock, and it was leading the way. We've been passed, unfortunately, by just a show visit with Jake and Spike.
Oh.
I know. So Nemhauser's played some golf with me. Is it worth $2,000? No.
Oh, 100%. It's worth more than that. I mean, if you want to see some of the best hybrid play off the tee, this is the guy to watch.
All right. That's unnecessary.
So do you pull out the full experience with Nemhauser?
Yeah, the full experience. We can't talk about all of it, but I'll pull out the full experience. Yeah, the full experience for sure. Okay. And I got a new driver now that I accidentally bought, so now I don't have to take out the hybrid everywhere.
Well, man, it's going to be a rescue club all over the place this week with the rain out there, man, if you could find the ball.
All right.
So I believe the 2 times that we have been together, Brian came on one time when I was out. I believe the last 2 times he's visited, when it's been the 3 of us, one of the occasions he said, well, I don't know about Geno Smith.
Right.
Keep a little eye on Geno Smith. And I think the next one he said, I think they really like Gray Zabel. I really like Gray Zabel. So you have been Nostra Hawk Blogger a couple different times. What do you see in that old crystal ball over the final 4 weeks?
Well, that is very nice of you to say. I was more proud when I shocked you guys about Shedeur Sanders falling out of the first round. I thought you guys were going to fall out of your seat. But, you know, I think the Seahawks are the best team in the NFL. That's what I think. I think they haven't necessarily had the opportunity. They have not actually proved that yet, and the Rams deserve that crown so far. But I think this is one of the best teams in Seahawks history. I think that people are very fixated on, for understandable reasons, a quarterback that has a very clear, specific challenge, and a right guard. Those are probably the 2 things. And the fact is, if you take a step back and you look at the rest of the NFC, do you think that the Eagles would trade their offense for the Seahawks offense? Because I do. If you look around pretty much across the entire NFC, would teams trade what they've got for what the Seahawks have? I think almost everybody other than the Rams would. So the Seahawks deserve to feel like they could win every game. I don't think there's a reason they have to lose the rest of this year and the rest of this season.
Yeah, there's no reason they have to. I mean, like, I agree with you that all 4 games are certainly winnable. I mean, they played San Francisco and LA, right down to the wire, and I think they're a better team now.
You think
than
they're
when they
favored
played
in
them.
all 4?
I don't think they're favored against LA, even at home. Do you?
I do.
Really?
I do. I think they're going to end up being favored in that game. I think part of the reason they might be favored in that game is this weather. The Rams did not play well in Carolina, and there's some concern and question about whether part of that reason is that pass game doesn't fly quite as high when it's got northwest rain coming down.
Oh, is it wet? Is it going to stay wet?
Let's not.
Know?
We don't need to talk about that.
You know what, Brock? You know
talk
the
about
answer to that.
That's really, really awful. It's really awful here at the moment. Oh, you mentioned right guard. How about just the whole interior offensive line? How does that shake out here now with Jalen Sundell back? And I know you've been the ultimate Anthony Bradford truther. You are a big believer in the big fella. So tell us how this shakes out.
Well, let me clarify that. There's this word in behavioral therapy called dialectical thinking, where 2 things can both be true that might seem like they're in conflict.
Okay.
I believe that Anthony Bradford's their best option at right guard this year. The coaching staff clearly believes that as well. And I believe right guard's probably one of your biggest, if not your biggest, offseason priorities. Both those things can be true. And the fact of the matter is there's a lot of low-light reels out there about Anthony Bradford, and when he does poorly, it is as bad as you can look at the position. But if you really watch every single snap, this guy is he's not the worst football player in the NFL. He's not the worst guard. Let me just tell you guys real quick, and I'll get to your question. Let me give you a list of some guards in the NFL that have more pressures allowed than Anthony Bradford. Chris Lindstrom. Will Fries, by the way, for a lot more money. Mekhi Becton, John Runyon, Landon Dickerson, Tyler Steen of the Eagles, Joel Bitonio, Matt Gonsalves, you'll see this weekend, Dominic Pooney, Wyatt Teller. All these guys have allowed more pressures than Anthony Bradford this year. And my guess is that what you're going to see is the Seahawks look at Jalen Sundell back at center. If this had been 2 weeks ago, I think they'd be more likely to look at him at guard. But I think they're going to look at putting Jalen Sundell back at center.
Do you know Bradford well? I mean, like, have you talked to him much? Do you get to? And the reason I ask is it strikes me that each time his job is held in front of him, he's gotten better. He had to compete this year in training camp, and he won the job. And when it was looking like Christian Haynes was going to come back from IR, his play got a little bit better. And when Jalen Sundell was about to come back from IR and was talked, my play's just a little bit better. And the rest of the time, it seems like it takes a dip. I was looking at some of the ups and downs of the charts you posted the other day, and I didn't like exactly line them up to those moments, but they sure felt like they were kind of along the same timeline.
I think you're on to something there. And the coaching staff, I think, clearly believes that motivation for him is a big deal in competition, because you go back to training camp, it was clear for weeks that he had won the right guard position. They didn't want to announce it. And I think the main reason they didn't want to announce it is because they wanted to make sure he was pushing and straining all the way to the finish line of training camp, of preseason. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that shows up. And Brock can tell you, when you've got these big boys, the 350-pound guys out there, it takes a little extra motivation to move that mass around at full speed every single snap. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it. When I've talked to him, he also has talked about just gaining his confidence and feeling like, remembering what kind of player he is. And I wouldn't look, if there was TikTok and Instagram Reels back when J.R. Sweezy and James Carpenter were playing guard for the Seahawks, there would be a lot of the same conversations going on. There were a lot of quick losses for J.R. Sweezy, but for a guy like Anthony Bradford to have to see that constantly, I wouldn't be surprised if it leaks into his brain at times and just needs to kind of, gain confidence in other ways.
Your confidence in the quarterback down the stretch?
Well, I think that Sam Darnold is a guy that you cannot feel fully confident in until he does it against a team like the Rams. And honestly, once he does it in the playoffs, I think that's the reality. And I think that's what's keeping – it's this weird season. I don't know if you guys are feeling this too, where this is by any measure like a Super Bowl contending team, one of the two best teams in football.
Are they still, by the way, let me just cut you off there. I know a couple weeks ago I was looking at the DVOA of them as a team, and they were there with the 85 Bears. I mean, it was absurd, that level. Do they still find themselves here 13, 14 weeks in? Do they still find themselves? They do.
Pretty much every team above them in DVOA to this point for team strength has either won a Super Bowl or was in the Super Bowl, and most of them are like all-time teams, like the Cowboys in the 90s and the 2007 Patriots that went undefeated. So the reality is, as good as this team is, I think a lot of people are still kind of on the sidelines, not quite all in, because they're reticent about what it's going to look like to see him, Sam Darnold particularly, make decisions in the big moments. And I'll say this last thing on that is part of it's Sam, 100%. It's part of it's him, but part of it's on Clint Kubiak. The interception this weekend came on a 3rd and 1 play action pass. Run the football. Run the football. Don't put your quarterback in that situation. You've been running in short yardage. Well, don't put everything on his shoulders. Let the team run a couple of times. And if you have to punt, that's also better than some of the things that Sam's done.
It's also been weird that there have been so many blowouts. I mean, there have been Brock and I were arguing whether it's 6 or 7, if you include the Pittsburgh game, whatever.
6, 7.
But even 2 of the other closer games were 8-point win. Like, he just hasn't had a lot of typical NFL games that come down to what does the quarterback do in the final couple minutes. They've only really had 4 of those, and they've lost 3 of them, which is, I think, the reason, at least for me, until I see it, I can't believe it. I don't have enough faith to just believe it's going to occur. There's some confidence, but actual faith that he's just, that's going to change against the Rams, against the Niners in the postseason, I got to see it first.
I get it. I get it. I also would challenge it, because guess who also never had to deal with those kinds of situations? Brock Purdy in 2023. That was the question about all the Kyle Shanahan teams. They're always ahead. They never have to come back. The record when they're trailing is terrible and all this stuff, right? How many Super Bowls did they get to? Now, they didn't win, but I think a lot of Seahawks fans would take NFC championships and get into Super Bowls. So we've seen a Jimmy Garoppolo make the Super Bowl. We've seen a Jared Goff make the Super Bowl in very similar offenses, and they had turnover problems as well. And the fact of the matter is, I think this defense is as good or better than any of those. And I think this offense, people seem to just set aside. It is the second highest scoring offense. They're only, I think, 7 points behind the top scoring offense in the whole league. They're going to probably set a franchise record for scoring this year. And yet we're focused on, okay, this one game, it's really this one game he short-circuited and cost the team a victory. So is that going to happen again?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite player on this defense?
On the defense?
Yeah.
He has journalistic integrity, Salk.
Oh, like your favorite player to watch?
Salk, he's a journalist.
It is very close. I mean, I was just a huge Byron Murphy fan coming out, and I was a huge Nicky Manwari fan coming out. So those two guys are neck and neck for me because it's been great to watch them come in as 21-year-old guys and just show up like men right away. So I love watching those two guys play.
I think it's Drake Thomas for me because he's built like Salk.
Oh, yeah.
29-inch
Drake's
arms,
fantastic.
about 5'9".
He's fantastic, man.
And Salk, before he does his stuff,
What's the matter with you?
after Christmas, he's about 225.
What's the matter with you? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Because seriously, if you put a uniform on,
Because seriously, I'm 5'10". How dare you continue to short me an inch? Years you've been doing this to me.
Okay, fine. Drake's 5'11". So if you put a football uniform on, the closest guy you would resemble would be two. Jason Myers or Drake Thomas.
Right.
And it would depend on where you are in your eating and nutrition.
You see what I deal with? Do you see what I deal with on a daily basis? Thank you, Brian. Hawk blogger Brian Nemhauser. Somebody texted in, I love Hawk blogger, and I actually have traded tickets through HB Tickets, which is his site to make sure that Seahawks tickets stay with Seahawks fans. By the way, that's got to be going a whole lot better this year, isn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I think so. Yeah, HB Tickets, HBTIX, Seahawks fans selling to other Seahawks fans. I take no fees. I just want to help protect what I think is a big part of the brand for the Seahawks and for the Northwest. Best home field advantage.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you coming by, and on video, no less. So maybe you can watch this one again later on your favorite YouTube channel, Seattle Sports. You can do a little post-game analysis, film watching, and hope you grade out better than Bradford. You'll be good to go.
Thanks, man. I'm always watching my own videos all the time.
All day. All the time. There you go. There's Brian Nemhauser. Yeah, he was fun yesterday, as always. I really enjoy having that guy on and love his stuff and learn a lot each time we get the opportunity to chat. So big thank you to Brian for coming by, joining, and jumping on video so you can watch it on YouTube and then also even tweeting about it later. So that always makes for a great guest, a little extra promotion element. That's pretty fun. All right, Lyle, let's talk. You're back. The Mariners haven't done anything since the Ferrer move. Harry Ford. So I've been thinking a little bit about kind of where they're at. Wrote about it, seattlesports.com last night. So here's one thing I like about the Harry Ford Ferrer move. In addition to getting in a reliever that's a leverage guy that's going to help them and who they have, locked up here for the next couple years, 4 years of service time, or 4 years of controllability left. You're opening up by trading Harry Ford and removing him from the roster, which means you probably got to go get a veteran backup catcher, right? Maybe it's bringing back Mitch Garver at short money. Maybe it's Jonah Heim. I know his name has come up. There's a couple other options. But you're removing one of the potential young players in your lineup because you don't want that many of them. They want to have some youth. Colt Emerson needs a shot. Cole Young needs a shot. Ben Williamson needs a shot. Maybe eventually Michael Arroyo this year will get a shot. I think Las Montes still a little ways away. But you're trying to give some open space for young players to run with it. The same way Julio did a few years ago, the same way the Blue Jays did this year with a couple of their key guys who ended up being major contributors in the postseason. But if Harry Ford was getting a bunch of at-bats as the backup catcher, and we know that any team that has Cal Raleigh as their primary catcher is going to need a pretty good backup because you're going to want him to DH a bunch in order to get him off his feet. So all of those days are days where you need another catcher. Is a day that Harry Ford was going to be in the lineup, which is another rookie unknown in the lineup. Having Harry Ford gone and opening up that space for another veteran player, I think gives you a little bit more of an opportunity to determine what you want to do with third base, second base, and some of those other young players that you want to give some opportunities to this year.
I guess I didn't ever make that connection that that's what it all kind of correlates to.
Not saying that that's why they did it necessarily, but just that it's another benefit of having made that move. And I think it then kind of brings back up. All right, so now what? Right? What do you do with this Polanco second base, third base quandary? And I think Jerry was pretty clear saying we're looking for one person, looking for one bat. It sure feels anyway as if that bat is going to be a infielder and not an outfielder. We could have an argument about whether or not that's the right move or not, but all of the focus has been on somebody who could play second or maybe third, as opposed to somebody who could come in and play right field and kind of move things around that way. So I'm kind of removing the Stephen Kwan, Jarren Duran, Byron Bucks, anybody like that. I'm kind of removing them from my thought process. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but it doesn't feel like it's moving in that direction. And so you kind of come back now to Polanco, Marte, Lyle, and maybe Donovan as sort of your primary four targets to come and play second base. I heard that you seem to think that Marte is worth a whole lot more than I think he's going to be worth. You were saying, what were you guys throwing out there as a potential deal for Marte?
I mean, we were hearing it was going to take something like a Juan Soto type package.
That doesn't feel right to me.
I don't know. I mean, you talked yesterday when we were on the phone that obviously the talk about Gino and Naylor was that the price was going to be high. I think it's a lot different with Ketel than those two for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's on the most team-friendly contract maybe in all of baseball with 5 years of control. He's been a top 10 hitter in the sport by WRC Plus the last 10 years. So he has been a top 10 offensive player across the game. And the Diamondbacks just don't have to trade him. They've got all the leverage here.
But he's 31 years old, whereas Juan Soto was like 21. I mean, like, the age difference is pretty astounding. Plus, there's a pretty robust second base market right now. So regardless of how good he is, and I think you're right, he's very good, don't get me wrong, his value is a supply and demand thing, right? Well, the demand for him is high. The supply of second baseman is fairly high as well, with the 3, 4, 5 other guys that we've been talking about. It's not to say that those players are as good as him. They're not. He's the best of the bunch. But if you don't want Marte or they're asking too much, maybe you pivot to Donovan. Maybe you pivot to Lau. Maybe you pivot to Cronenworth. Maybe you pivot to Polanco. Those are all real options for teams to say, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. Now, while I don't think he's worth as much as you do, I thought John Morosi kind of lowballed it a little bit yesterday with Wyman and Bob.
If the right player comes along, if they wait on Polanco and he comes back, maybe that fits. To get Ketel Marte, it's probably going to cost them Hancock plus.
Hancock plus. Yes. Sign me up. I mean, obviously, if that's what it costs, this deal should be done already. There's no way. I don't believe for 1 second that the initial ask in a deal or the big ticket item in a deal for Ketel Marte is Emerson Hancock. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. But I also, Lyle, I know you were saying some of the current starting pitching. I don't know that it starts with one of those guys either. I don't know that it starts with a Kirby or a Miller or somebody like that. If it's me, the deal that I'm starting to work on with Arizona, if you want to go down that road, starts with Cole Young, because he's going to become essentially superfluous if you bring in Ketel Marte. And then one of the young pitchers, maybe it's Saintia, maybe it's Sloan. But to me, that would be the crux of that deal, would be starting with two players like that.
Well, I'm sure the Mariners would be, I shouldn't say I'm sure, I don't know. It would feel like that's something the Mariners would be comfortable with doing. I don't know if Arizona says yes to that. Again,
I don't know either.
Because they, with 5 years of control and having one of the best players in the sport, if you're not going to get blown away, it feels like they just keep them.
Maybe, but they also seem to have a problem, and he doesn't seem to want to be there. I mean, that to me is the other factor here of, like, whatever happened at the end of last year, it felt like it was Arizona specific. That would be at least my take on it, that it felt a little Arizona specific of, hey, you just traded everybody away. You're not trying to win unless they've got another quicker path to get back there. Hey, I mean, bringing in Saintia and Cole Young, and I'm not saying there wouldn't be more to a package like that, that might actually entice them enough. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. I'm not saying it goes that direction. The odds are still probably best that they end up re-signing Jorge Polanco and move on from there and kind of save their money and resources for the trade deadline, which has been their big buying time anyway. That would be my guess. Just, seeing the fact that the Pirates are kind of in on Brandon Lau all of a sudden, that would take them out of the running. I would guess that's the direction this goes, but I'm not closing the door on Marte just yet. All right, you can take a break. Brock's going to be in a moment. There's a word that we often use in talking about sports teams that I don't think we've said one time regarding these Seahawks. I'll ask about it next.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
How will the offense get even better?
Once Torrey Horton gets back, this offense can be even better. Imagine him in this offense. That third receiver's kind of been missing. Granted, there's a lot of 2 receiver combinations out there that do play with a couple of tight ends at times. And that's what's exciting about this team on both sides of the football is that offense is great, defense is great, and you still haven't had these big performances from guys who are more than capable of doing it.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center sincerely thank everyone who helped make this year's Giving Hope Gala possible. Thanks to your incredible support, tickets for the December Gala event at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center are close to selling out. You can make a difference by contributing to the Patient Financial Assistance Fund, which provides vital help to those battling cancer. For sponsorship opportunities, tickets, and ways to give, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. Together, we are giving hope.
Hey Hawk fans, Jake Bobo. Stormy weather is here. How's your roof holding up? Give Techline Roofing a call. With the strongest warranty in the business, Techline has you covered. That's Tekline, roofing.com. Trust Techline.
At Cressy Door, we not only have the perfect garage door for your home, but we also offer options for creating space and even warming your outdoor areas. Check out your options at cressydoor.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get his freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of manager.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Hello!
Good morning, Brock.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
I'm so good.
Are you?
I think so. I try to make my way, kind of paddle my way to Winthrop today. We'll see how it goes.
Sure thinking about all the people up there.
Yeah.
Up north in Mount Vernon, the folks out in Ordine. That is not far from the old Hewart homestead that we grew up in, and the floodplain, the 100-year floodplain, after just reading and seeing all the images and touching base with friends and family. And yeah, heart and prayers are with all of you up there. Like, this is... Holy smokes.
What does that mean, by the way, the 100-year floodplain? I saw that last night. I saw the governor, showing that they're saying that there may be 100,000 residents who will have to evacuate or may have already had to evacuate. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
What does that mean, 100,000 or 100-year floodplain? Do you know what that means?
That's outside of my realm.
I'll see if I can go figure it out. I'll go talk to Sully or some of the people over in the news side during the next break.
I'm going to guess within the last 100 years, Salk, there's been pretty good evidence that there was significant flooding at some point, that there was some event, within that time frame that that can be obviously very damaging. And with the rains and everything that's been through the Northwest, and is it continuing to still?
Today? It's kind of letting up today, and then I think Friday, Saturday should be a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, it's really been a ton of rain. If you are in an affected area, first of all, our thoughts are with you, but also keep it locked over on Cairo News Radio 97.3 because they'll have information all through the day today. We will talk about sports because that's what we do. And I'm going to ask you, Brock, about a word that has been incredibly important in sports over the last 5 to 10 years. We have talked about this word a lot and at times wondered if this is even the most important word in all of sports today, given the challenges of holding a lead, given the challenges of being a favorite. The word, of course, is pressure. And we've talked about it constantly, right? How hard it is to deal with pressure in today's world of sports. Whether it's, people who are favored to win the Super Bowl or a World Series or whatever that might be, but just that word pressure sure feels very relevant in today's day and age. And yet, I cannot think of one time we've talked about it with regards to the Seahawks this year. One interesting challenge or lack of challenge, I don't know, is that they really have not been fresh.
You ever bring pressures?
I don't think so, no.
You never bring pressure?
It's not a lot.
Seriously?
It'd be kind of a short one.
Makes diamonds, best pipes. Never done it.
Right.
Really?
And pretty much this would be number one, and then that would kind of be the end of it.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's probably
Okay, well, you could think through it at a later date, maybe at the
because there's been no expectations on these guys.
That's
They've
right.
been able to play free. The pressure many times is kind of built right on the shoulders of what people expect you to do individually, collectively, what your past has done. And there was, I think, very little, certainly national pressure on this crew. There was, I think, even limited local pressure. This is going to be year 2 for Mike. John's pivoting. John got an extension. John's going to have some time to surround Mike with the kind of people that he wants. And then all of a sudden, well, hello, you're basically the Washington Commanders of a year ago and then some. Right, last year the Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels and that whole crew, Dan Quinn coming in, there wasn't much pressure on those guys. New ownership group, just trying to kind of get the foundation right, and then they make a run all the way to the NFC title game.
Yeah,
it kind of has that bit of vibe here, I think.
It does, although it sure feels a lot more sustainable and solidly built, says the idiot who threw some money on the Commanders to win the Super Bowl this year. So what do I know? But it does feel a little bit more solidly built. I'm also curious, Brock, if the next 4 weeks offer any glimpse into whether or not this team does feel any pressure. Do you feel it this week with Phillip Rivers and the Colts coming in? This cut from yesterday with Brian Nemhauser jumped out to me.
I think they're going to end up being favored in that game. I think part of the reason they might be favored in that game is this weather. The Rams did not play well in Carolina, and there's some concern and question about whether part of that reason is that pass game doesn't fly quite as high when it's got Northwest rankings.
He went on to say that he believed that the Seahawks would be favored in all 4 remaining games and that there was no reason they should lose any of those 4 games. We've talked about everyone who's got them in the top 1, 2, 3 in their power rankings is what Michael Wilbon said yesterday on PTI.
A couple of weeks ago, even particularly, I was more than that after the trade deadline. I told you I thought Seattle had the best team in the NFC, and I'm going to stick with that. I know they got another game coming up with the Rams. That's going to be hugely important. And that division is so hard with the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. And I know I'm going with the least proven of the quarterbacks with Sam Darnold. But I'm going to go with Seattle in the NFC.
So, there's just a lot more of that chatter.
Yeah.
Do you think they start to feel any pressure?
Not really. I don't see that being the wiring. Maybe Sam, if there's anybody, just not to me. JSN's kind of childlike wiring and everything that he was built to and made at Ohio State. That's not the wiring of Leonard and D-Law and Ernest and Devin. And I don't think it's the wiring of Mike McDonald as well, his tunnel vision and his methodologies. And I don't feel it. I will say though, it is unique that how much we share with our sister station. Not in Arizona, not those Cardinals. They were supposed to be good again, right? They were supposed to be the niche kid, the cool kid. Somehow, some way, at some point, you're going to guess the Cardinals are going to be good, and they're never good. No, it's our sister station in Denver because it's much the ssame conversation. They're 11-2. They're 11-2. They were a 10-win team last year. Now got into the playoffs. The Seahawks were a 10-win team. They've got a second-year young quarterback that they're building around in Bo Nix. There's some question about. He's played some good games. He's played some bad games. They're not really particularly dynamic offensively. They're elite defensively, but they're 11-2. And it's kind of the same vibe and conversation. It's a proud market. The Broncos country is real, like the 12s. They've seen a lot of winning at Super Bowls and Hall of Famers, and there's a high bar and high expectation, and you should hear all the chatter out in Denver. It's the same thing as Seattle. Okay, so we got these next 4 games. This is going to be our gauntlet, and it's their toughest 4 games, kind of like the Seahawks will have down the stretch here. And this is going to be a real measuring stick of what are we? Are we really Super Bowl contenders? Are we, it's a pretty similar vein, I think, between these two places. And to your point, a little bit more than even a New England.
Yeah.
Because New England is the Commanders. New England signed 7 veteran free agents and spent a lot of money and hit right, just like Washington did a year ago, and certainly made a lot of right moves. But Denver's young. Denver's done it through the draft. Denver's done it with an elite defense, and I think in a very similar boat as Seattle here over the next 4 weeks in prove-it mode.
I, too, would be surprised if this team succumbed to the pressure. That doesn't, again, feel like who they are. Sam is still a question mark, and that's sort of the one, I don't know if I want to call him an exception to that. It's just we're still waiting to find out what he looks like under pressure. But
what he does look like. He never flinches. His face never changes. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I don't care whether his face changes. I care whether or not he turns the ball over in the final couple
tries
minutes
to
of each
stay
game.
Neutral.
All right,
he
can try, but I don't know yet what that is going to look like when there's real pressure on him. I do know that this is why I think Mike Macdonald's focus on process over results is incredibly important. Why? I mean, that's why it exists in baseball, right? To take pressure off you. That's why it exists, so that you're not gripping the bat too tight and feeling the pressure.
What I do every day. I mean, I feel the pressure, especially when we start this show. I don't know where you're going.
You never know. Yeah, I didn't even tell you.
If I was
this.
results-oriented after every segment, like, oh, did Salk like that? Was that a good one?
Well,
That
Brock,
worked for Salk?
you joke, and I understand the joke, but if you're in radio, you're also in the process business more than the results business. At the end of the day, radio ratings are tabulated using an estimate of, a small sample size that is then extrapolated out to tell you how well you've done. And if you are totally consumed with the results of that rating system, you're going to be constantly bouncing around and having no consistency whatsoever to your radio show. You have to pay attention to the process and what you're doing every day and whether you enjoy the show and you think, because otherwise you're at the mercy of the results. So I think that actually is incredibly helpful for Mike Macdonald and for his crew. I'm curious to see how Sam is affected. That's the one big question mark, and we've talked about it quite a bit. But, yeah, the pressure has not really been an issue yet for the team this year. Now, maybe they will feel a different kind of pressure, Brock. Maybe it will be not atmospheric pressure, but maybe just like the pressure of those giant footsteps and the weight above them crashing down upon Lumen Field on Sunday as ginormous Phillip Rivers potentially takes the field. We'll discuss his weight and more next.
Get inside the huddle.
The handoff inside to Sherman. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week. Thursdays, noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle. Every Thursday at noon. Exclusively on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Looking for a high school that nurtures both the mind and spirit? Archbishop Murphy High School is where academic excellence meets faith-based education. With a 100% graduation rate and a college prep program designed to challenge and inspire, our students are prepared for whatever the future holds. But it's more than just academics. Archbishop Murphy's robust athletics, arts, and co-curricular activities ensure that every student finds their passion and thrives. Archbishop Murphy High School believes in educating the whole person. That's why we offer a vibrant campus life where students grow not only academically, but also spiritually, socially, and physically. Don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Schedule a visit and discover how Archbishop Murphy High School can help your students succeed. Visit am-hs.org. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy proudly supports Archbishop Murphy High School, where your story begins. am-hs.org.
When you're at home and next to your windows, do you notice cold air or a draft when the wind blows? How about moisture or leaking during a rainstorm? Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years in our home, our window seals started breaking. A failed window can do major damage to your home, and the older the window, the more likely it is to fail. That's why right now is an excellent time to have Harley Exteriors come by for a no-charge consultation. That's exactly what I had done over the summer, and not only were they extremely knowledgeable about all things windows, I found them to be polite, professional, and respectful. In other words, people you want to do business with. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy 3 windows, get 1 free. No payments or interest until 2027. And take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. They'll give you an honest assessment and quote. Go to harleyexteriors.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
It's Toyota-thon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota Renton are providing you with large savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like the 2026 Corolla LE, leasing at $219 a month for 39 months with $29.99 due at signing. The Camry LE at 4.99% APR for 72 months, and the Prius leasing at $305 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. It's Toyota-thon at ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered.
Offers valid till January 5th, 2026. Excludes taxes, titles, licenses, dealer accessories, and a $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Models 1-852-255-1263.
Attention homeowners, upgrade your home's comfort and save big. For a limited time, save up to 75% on scratch and dent and overstock equipment exclusively at Home Comfort Alliance. Over $3 million worth, all up to 50% off, including high-efficiency, dependable heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners from top manufacturers like Lennox, all with full factory and installation warranties. Up to 50% off for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Call Home Comfort Alliance or visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, pretty long, lengthy injury report for the Seahawks yesterday, but not a very concerning one at all. There were a lot of resting veterans and limited participation folks with more nagging injuries, things like that. Not a lot of actual non-participants. In fact, Elijah Arroyo, the only one. We already know he's not going to play this week. So all really good news there, Brock. Both Jalen Sundell and Eric Saubert able to get back on the practice field. We'll see what happens.
We hope so. We hope so that they'll be available. But each are on their same thing. These guys coming off a extended break, so we're gonna we have a plan for each guy. We'll see how it pans out throughout the week, but we're optimistic for this weekend, and we can see how today goes, and then we'll kind of accelerate throughout the rest of the week and into next week.
Well, and getting Saubert back, Brock, if Arroyo's not going to be there, seems like a nice positive, and kind of get his blocking back in there.
I would tend to agree with that, though. AJ's done a nice job, and Nick Callerup has done an amazing job. If you really look at a lot of their run game and some of the growth over the last 4 or 5 weeks, that's
they like to go 2-3 tight ends at a time, right? And getting him back in there, he's really good at that part of the game.
That would be a strength. Special teams is too. Right, as good as their special teams have been, they have weathered some of these injuries with guys, Salk, that do contribute in that phase a little bit more than others as well.
On the other side of things, Brock, are we getting ready for Phillip Rivers to play quarterback? Mike McDonald is.
Yeah, we're expecting for him to play. I mean, we got to be ready for Riley and for Brett, but yeah.
Okay, so they're ready for anything. Are they ready for the Pillsbury throw boy in right-handed form?
Stop.
Dude, Phillip Rivers looked big yesterday, dude.
Salk.
He looked like a big boy.
Stop body shaming.
At 44.
Gosh.
I don't
How
care.
did we end up with you being the body shamer and Brock
Seriously.
being upset?
Because I saw what I saw.
Because I'm not a fattest, Maura. Okay, I'm an ankle. I'm
First
a
of all,
glutes.
yes, you are.
No,
And
I'm an
second
ankle,
of all, he
I'm a
was even
calf, I'm a
asked about it in his
cankle, I'm a
press
glutes.
conference.
What is your playing weight? What are you weighing right now?
Right this second? I'm not sure, Greg. How about that? That's an honest answer. And I will answer your question a little better on the playing weight, Greg. And not what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo. All right, I can tell you that.
No kidding.
But then I'll follow that up with I ain't never ran away from anybody anyway. Right? So I'm gonna. They you know, people say, well, they're gonna know you're gonna be right there, and it's like, well, they knew that for 16, 17 years. So.
You know, I thought about his wife a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of like Apollo Creed's wife, you know, when he got thrown into the ring with the Russian. Like, do you know what you're doing here? And then I'm like, no, she's not like Apollo Creed's wife because she's had 11 kids. And
Yeah.
she's like, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, we need the
Big
money.
Buttercup, if
Yeah.
you want to do this. Yeah.
I got 11 mouths to feed. Well, anyway, Big Phil is going to be, I think, probably playing some
I
quarterback.
think the body was that much bigger. The face. Maybe some of the face.
Come on,
really.
man.
I was
What are
watching
you
him throw.
talking
He was
about?
slinging it pretty good. On
I
the
didn't
field.
say he couldn't throw. I just said he looked like a big boy now.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, Mariners, Brock, still got to fill out this lineup. Winter meetings are over. We're going to have to see which foundations were built in conversations with teams and players that could lead to deals here in the next couple of days and weeks. We know they are looking for one veteran infielder, and that makes sense, right? Maybe that's Jorge Polanco. Maybe it's one of the other guys that we've discussed. But it does feel like...
What'd the market show you? Anything?
Well,
5
nothing's
years,
happened yet.
150? No, that's not true.
Well,
Schwarber signs a big deal in Philly.
In the middle infield market.
Pete Alonso signs a big deal.
In the middle infield market, and I don't think any of those deals have anything to do with what the Mariners are looking at and the types of guys
You don't
they're
think they have
looking
any of the gauge for the budgets and the spending and the market at all?
No, I don't. I don't think that. Well, I'm not saying they don't have a gauge, but I don't think that the two big deals that got done show that at all. I think those are, kind of different types.
You feel
of
better about
players.
Naylor's deal after watching Pete Alonso get 5 for 150? Because I kind of do.
Felt good about it anyway. Like, I already felt great about the Naylor deal, regardless of the overspend on Pete Alonso. What is
Would you
more
rather have Pete
interesting?
Alonso in this lineup or Josh Naylor in this lineup? And on this team and playing first base? For the $70 million, I would $60 million. I would certainly.
That's not a
much rather
question.
have Mr. Naylor.
Value-wise, not a question.
Yeah.
Who would I rather? I mean, Pete Alonso's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away. Pete's pretty good. Regardless, maybe the most interesting thing I heard yesterday was the news that the Pirates are kind of delving deeper into the Brandon Lyle market. And if that is the case, does that start to lower the price on Jorge Polanco? Because they've been one of the suitors kind of driving up the market for Polanco. So that to me actually jumped out as a much more important development than whatever's going on with Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber, who were kind of separate markets, I think, from virtually everyone else. Orioles did take an interesting approach, though, Brock. That team's going to hit.
Yes, they are.
They are going to hit.
Lineup on paper going in, it's pretty good.
They got some dudes in that lineup. Don't know if they can pitch, but it sounds like they are at least interested in bringing in Framber Valdez. So maybe that'll change, and the Orioles will be a contender this year.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Might be the win of the year for the Kraken last night, Brock. It looked like it was going to be one of the worst losses. It was a tough watch last night. They made a lot of mistakes, gave up a goal on the penalty, on the power play, then gave up a goal on the PK. I mean, it was just... They were pretty infuriating to watch. And guess what? They end up coming back to win, get a goal in the last 40 seconds and a 6-on-4 after the Kings took a penalty and Matty Beniers put one in, and then it was Beniers who drew a penalty in overtime, and they got the win just a few minutes later.
Seattle looking for the winner on the man advantage. 4 against 3. Everly leaving it for Tobin. And one-timer. Scores! It's done in overtime. And the Kraken snap their losing streak.
Man, Oregon, they'd been waiting. It bellowed out there, didn't it? They've been sitting on that for like a fart for about 4 or 5 games. So that thing was loud and proud with the
scored yesterday on a 5-on-4, a 6-on-4, and a 4-on-3, and beat the Kings 3-2. They'll be in Utah tomorrow. And you mentioned it, man. Terrible story of Michigan. This Sharon Moore story is super ugly, huh?
Awful.
So he gets fired for cause having an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, and then later arrested for attempted assault. We assume on the same staff member. Don't know the details, but just a really, really ugly situation. That's everything you need to know.
Well, and it does have an impact here, right? Just when you thought, and I talked about, the University of Washington and the bowl game Saturday with Boise, and things are settled down, and it's a good time, good place, because the coaching cycle whizzed around, and there was no Florida, and there was no Auburn, and there was no UCLA for Jed. He is one of the 3 big names that you look at. Actually, Kalen DeBoer is, I think, the odds on, as far as the odds makers go, as they look at these things. I think he was 1, and I think Jed was 2. With a background that Jed had there with Harbaugh for a couple years, and his ability to recruit and yada, yada, yada. So just kind of when you thought as a Husky fan there was some level of stability, yeah, that gets shook a little bit because his name is definitely going to be considered for that vacancy.
Do you want to go see the game of the year? Do you want to go see the game of the year at Lumen Field? Seahawks, Rams, next Thursday night, primetime game. We've got 4 tickets. 4 tickets, Brock. 4. We've got 4 tickets to go see the Seahawks and Rams at Lumen Field next Thursday. But if you want to win these tickets, and we're going to open it up to 2 callers, 866-979-3776. Be one of the first 2 callers at 866-979-3776. You're going to have to determine how well you know Lyle, because we've got a list of questions, kind of are you smarter than a 5th grader style questions for the self-proclaimed education hater.
Of the most recognizable songs and movie lines.
Of his generation?
Just in general.
All right.
What they, and so we'll see if he knows them.
This is
a Lyle that landed at 2 or got into bed at 2:30 in the morning.
Does an exhausted Lyle have any knowledge whatsoever of some really basic education, things you should learn in your in elementary, just really elementary educational items? How is Lyle going to do?
How well do you know Lyle?
If you want to participate, 866-979-3776. 4 tickets to the Seahawks and Rams on the line next.
Hawks Live.
This should be fun.
Presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. Live from Bellevue Square's Center Court. Come on by and join hosts Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer with this week's special guest, Seahawks quarterback Jalen Milroe. Touchdown! Hawks Live tomorrow night from 7 to 9 p.m. exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
All right, if you are looking to retire one day, it's never too early to start planning. I know I find myself thinking about it a lot. Certainly on days like this where it feels like the rain is never going to stop, I just want to think about how I'm one day going to live somewhere very, very warm in the winter. So you need help with that. I don't know enough about investing, don't know enough about the financial world, and that's why you talk to Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors can help ensure you feel prepared for the big financial shifts and your future. My friends at Trajan Wealth offer tailored insights and strategies. They are designed specifically for your needs and looking for investors with $500,000 or more in savings, looking for ways to optimize those funds. They'll take the time to determine your risk tolerance level, along with learning about your specific goals and your timeline. Again, they work with you to develop a wealth management plan that reflects your values. Call them today at 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Or go to Trajan, Trajan, TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
College basketball takes center stage in Seattle. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are back, and the rivalry is renewed when the Zags battle UCLA at Climate Pledge Arena on December 13th. Tickets are available now and selling fast. Get yours at climatepledgearena.com. See you on December 13th for Gonzaga Hoops in Seattle.
Get your tickets now for December 13th at climatepledgearena.com. That's climatepledgearena.com.
When my windshield cracked,
I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
At O'Neill Plumbing, we don't just promise to get the job done, we back it up. No travel charge, no show-up fee, no overinflated pricing, and no out-of-town owners. Just clean, fast, and professional each and every day. O'Neill Plumbing.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III. Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? Well, with Xfinity, you can get reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig-speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig-speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included, all at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply, requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Oh, man, this is going to be an interesting one. We do have 2 callers on the line, Brock, as we are giving away 4 tickets to what could be the game of the year. Seahawks, Rams, Thursday night at Lumen Field.
I'm concerned.
Why?
I'm already concerned.
About what? About that game?
No, because I asked Lyle, like, who are the contestants? And
Yeah.
he said, well, we got Eric in Port Orchard and Chase in Tacoma. And I was like, do you know where Port Orchard is? And he was like, it's like south.
Well, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. but it didn't feel like he's got a real grasp of.
Well, let's meet the contestants, Brock, and then I will explain the game that we're going to play. Let me start here with the aforementioned Eric in Port Orchard. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
I mean, we're doing pretty well.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind, Eric. Age, height, weight, job, anything you want.
Marital status.
Yeah, I'm 5'10". I'm a lifelong Seahawks fan. I just moved back to Port Orchard from Idaho, and I've been wanting to see this game, so I'm super excited.
All right, pretty cool. Do you know much about Lyle and kind of his MO of not really knowing much in the way of things you'd learn in school?
Yeah, I do. I listen to the show every single day, so
all right.
I'm kind of happy about my chances here.
All right, I love it. Eric, hang on. Let's get to meet Chase, who is in Tacoma. Good morning, Chase. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing all right.
All right. Give us the basics. Tell us about yourself in about 15 seconds.
Well, Chase, I'm about 6'4".
Two what?
Social worker.
What'd you say?
Switching to Bluetooth.
All right.
6'4", 240, social worker.
All right, social worker. All right, cool. All right. Do you understand that Lyle has, some challenges with basic education?
Hey, I listen to the show plenty, and if Lyle loses me this game, I'm bullying him on air.
All right, well, he can't. Here's the good. You're a social worker, for God's sakes. You can't bully him. Your job is to deal with people who've been bullied. My gosh. All right,
My job is to suppress all of my natural want to bully people, so I'm bringing it here to you guys.
Well, thank you. It's good to hear, Chase. Here's the good news. Lyle can't lose you this game. You're just betting on whether or not he's going to know a question. So I got a list of a bunch of kind of easy fifth grade level questions.
I literally looked up, are you smarter than a fifth grader question?
Okay, there's also some music and some movie lines that I've got sound for, kind of audio daily double style. And all we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth, and then I'm going to read you the question. You'll determine whether or not you think Lyle will know the answer, and then we'll ask Lyle and we'll see. Got it? You guys understand the rules?
Yeah, good.
All right, cool.
That's cute. You don't think that Lyle's going to win him the tickets or lose them, because he is. His answer
kind of, but you have to just bet on whether or not he knows. All right.
And are these two 20-somethings, by the way? Do you feel 20-somethings here with Eric
I'm
and Chase?
feeling late 20s for Eric and maybe early 30s for Chase.
How old are you guys? Eric and Chase, how old are you?
Wow. I'm 28.
I'm 37.
Chase, 28.
Yeah, pretty close.
Chase is 28. Eric's 37. Okay. All right.
All right, let's start. Eric, you won the toss backstage, so you get to go first. You ready? The first question is, what is the name of the closest star to the Earth? Don't answer the question.
Don't answer the
Whatever
question.
you do, don't answer.
Yeah.
Do you think Lyle will know what is the name of the closest star to the Earth?
No, I don't think so.
Lyle? He says no. What is the closest star to the Earth?
Fifth graders know this?
Yes.
The North Star?
That's a good guess. No, that's a good guess.
Is it?
Yes. Wow, great guess.
Eric, do you know the answer?
I do not. I do not.
Oh.
The answer is the sun.
But you still win. But Eric, you still get a point.
The sun. That would be the sun.
I feel like the sun's pretty far.
Well, no one said it was close, just that it's the
Hey,
closest.
the sun's in the north sometime.
All right. Let's go to Chase. Chase,
So
are you
Eric
ready?
gets a point, correct? Eric
Yep,
gets a
Eric
point.
Eric got a point. Chase, are you ready? Will Lyle know the answer to this question? What is the freezing point of water in Celsius? What is the freezing point of water in Celsius?
Please, Lyle, please. I have to say yes. Come on.
He will know the answer. Lyle, is Chase going to end up bullying you, or do you know the freezing point of water in Celsius?
Oh, God. I think it's 0.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey! Wow. You guys You're doing great so far.
This is great.
Chase is fired up.
Nice job, Chase.
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Okay, back to Eric.
1-1.
Here we go.
1-1.
Yep.
Eric, you want another question? Do you want movie, music, or another question?
Let's do another question.
All right, another question. Question 3 for you. Lyle, will Lyle know which ocean is the biggest? Which is the biggest ocean?
I'm gonna go with he will know that one.
He
It's-
will know it. Okay,
will?
Lyle,
Okay.
what is the biggest ocean?
I'm going to help Eric in his point total here. It's the Pacific.
There we go.
Way to
Very
go,
nice.
Lyle.
Little geography. Nice job. All right, Chase, back to you. Would you like another question, music, or movie?
I have to go another question
All
because
right.
I know he doesn't know anything about music or movies.
But that might be easier. Then you just guess no.
You know what? You're right. I'll still go another question.
All right, another question. Will Lyle know? This is fun. Which planet is known as the red planet? Now, bear in mind, he did not know the closest star to Earth. But will he know which planet is known as the red planet?
It's got to be.
Whoa, Lyle, hold on.
Whoa, Lyle, settle down.
Whoa. Don't jump the gun.
It was giving me confidence. I already said yes before he started,
All
but
right.
that gave me a little bit of confidence.
He says yes. Lyle, what is the red planet?
Mars?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Jeez. He's hitting 750,
You
ladies
have
and
to know
gentlemen.
that Matt Damon starred in a recent movie about it. You got it.
Back to you, Eric.
So are we tied 2-2?
That was
2-2.
right.
Nobody's missed yet. All right,
No.
Eric, I'm choosing music for you this time. Okay?
Okay.
Will Lyle know? What are we going more? Name an artist or name or artist?
I think artist.
Artist?
Is artist enough? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do artist.
Artist.
Will Lyle know this?
The Britney Spears?
I'm shocked you got
You
that
made
right.
me nervous for a minute.
Why was that a question?
He almost didn't
Well, he
know.
didn't know Christina Aguilera. There was a song earlier that was like Genie in a Bottle or something. He didn't know it.
All right, we'll try Chase. Chase, here we go. You get a music one also. Does Lyle know who sings this song? What do we think? Does Lyle know who sings this?
I have to say.
What do you say?
I have to say yes. I have to say.
I'm going to
yes
say
that.
no on this. I think you're wrong. I don't think Lyle has any idea who that is. No,
Are you for real? You really think
There's
he
no
doesn't know who this
way
is?
who knows who this is. No chance. Who is this, Lyle? Do you know who sings this song?
They played this right after we won the state title game. It's Journey. Don't Stop Believing.
Wow. Again, I'm shocked.
Dude.
You guys are on fire.
Lyle's an athlete, and Journey is synonymous with that athleticism.
All right.
You got to play.
All right, we'll go to
motivational
movies.
talk.
We'll go to the movie category. We'll go to movies.
For those counting, Lyle has nailed 5 of 6, thank you.
I know, but they've
Heck
nailed
of a lot
6 of
smarter than a
6.
5th grader. Yes, they have.
All right, here
Way
we
to
go.
Lyle.
Lyle, what movie is this from?
There's no place like home. There's
Well, don't
no
say it. We
place
need to ask.
like home.
Eric,
There's no place.
do you think Lyle knows what that is from?
No. That's brave. That's a brave no.
Yeah, Lyle, that is one of the most famous quotes in a movie of all time. Do you know what movie it's from?
Can I change it?
No, it's too late.
Yeah, because it's the first movie ever made in color. It's The Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God, Lyle, you've been sandbagging. Eric, that's the first miss. The first miss.
Or maybe Lyle, when he actually goes to bed at 2:30 in the morning, is dialed in.
All right, let's try this one. Will Lyle know this one, Chase?
Show me the money. That's it, brother, but you got to yell at me. Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
Will Lyle know that?
Nope.
Nope. I think he will.
I think he will.
I think he's going to.
think
Lyle's
these are
been
too
on
easy.
fire. I think he's going to
Maura
know it.
and Mike made this too easy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Lyle, do you know what movie that's from?
You think I'm not going to get the question right about the guy that went to ASU and is a Sun Devil man? That's Jerry Maguire.
Wow.
I underestimated you.
Okay, so they both got that one wrong?
They did.
So we're still tied 3-3.
3-3.
We're going back
and
to
our boy
questions.
is 7 of 8.
We're
and
going
his
back to
mom
questions.
somewhere is listening right now. Your mom is listening. Maybe never been more proud of you, Lyle.
I mean, have the two of you ever considered that maybe you're out of touch with the world and the things you want me to know, people just don't know?
All right, here we go, Eric. Here's your question. Will Lyle know which famous scientist developed the theory of relativity? Will Lyle know which famous scientist developed the theory of relativity?
I hope so. I think so.
Yep.
Lyle, do you know who developed the theory of relativity?
Let's just go Einstein.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Right, but you didn't know, which is remarkable, but good guess.
Just go.
Lyle, what is the theory of relativity?
That wasn't the question. I'm bailing
I'm just
out.
curious if you know just the equation, not what it all means, but just the equation.
I mean, of all the subjects I hated in school, which was all of them,
This is not
science
about,
was
this
the
is not
worst.
about science. E equals
MC squared.
There we go. That is the theory of relativity.
Lyle.
All right, nice job, Eric.
4-3, Eric. 4-3, Eric.
This is a good one.
All right.
All right, Chase. You got to try to stay with Eric here. We got Seahawks tickets on the line. 4.
Yeah, I can't bully Lyle now because I've completely fumbled this with my last one.
What type of animal is a koala? Will Lyle know what type of animal is a koala? Like what category of animal? Chase? No. I think I'm with you on that one. Lyle, what kind of animal is a koala?
That's kind of messed up. So if he ends up getting this right.
Bear?
He wasn't gonna get it
I
right.
thought Saul gave it away.
No, I did not give it away.
marsupial.
It's a marsupial. It's got a pouch.
Yep.
Pouch. Like a kangaroo? They're marsupials?
Okay. I've never even heard that word, marsupial.
I did a project on this in like the 2nd grade.
4-4.
4-4. All right. We're going back to music. Will Lyle know? Eric, we're back to you. Will Lyle know who sings this song? Question. Will Brock know who sings that song?
I'm gonna say yes. Don't let me down, Lyle.
I think I've got a better chance at this than Brock. I'm with you. That's 50 Cent.
Ooh, Brock, did you know that?
Right.
I would have. Is that in the club or something?
Yeah.
I think I would have guessed that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Chase. Here's your chance. Another music. This is the last music question we've got here. Does Lyle know who sings this song? Does Lyle know who sings that?
I'm going to say yes, and if he doesn't, he better just stay at the winter meetings next year and not come back to the
I think
city.
you're wrong on this one. I don't think Lyle knows who sings this.
Ooh.
I think that I'd be very surprised if Lyle knows this. Lyle, who sings that song?
Believe it or not, I've actually heard it.
Okay.
Who sings it? I mean, they use a spin-off of that in a Jay-Z song. I know
Yes,
that.
okay.
Well, I'm going to lose my mind.
Weird Al actually did a version of it, too.
Is it Aerosmith?
Oh, my God.
Nope.
Close.
That might be the worst guess I've ever heard.
You know
Why?
what?
I
That
don't
was
listen to rock and roll.
No, that's
It's
true.
a big Seattle thing, Lyle.
Try it again. It's so close.
Have to bully Lyle. Lyle, that's Nirvana. That would be Nirvana.
That is unreal. You are a Seattle person. I have no words. I have no words.
All right, we're starting to run out of time here, so I'm only giving you guys 2 questions each apiece left.
5-4, Eric. By the way, 5-4 in the
All
fourth
right.
quarter.
Eric, you've got the lead. You got a chance to maybe salt this away here Will Lyle know the answer to this question? What is the largest mammal on Earth? What is the largest mammal on Earth? That was a no.
No, I don't think he'll get that.
Yeah, I don't either. Lyle? Maybe he will. I don't know. This one's tricky, Brock. You think Lyle knows this?
I don't think so. But he may throw out a guess.
I think he's got it.
Like
Honestly,
Einstein.
I think
there was one scientist he knew.
That's true.
One name. That was it.
Is he only scientist?
Yes. Yep. Lyle, can you name 3 other scientists? No chance.
Sheldon Cooper?
No chance. Go ahead. What's the largest mammal on Earth? Animal. Mammal or animal?
Mammal. I mean,
mammal.
Both.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know the largest mammal on Earth?
Human beings? I don't know.
You think human beings are the largest mammal on Earth?
I don't know. I said I don't know.
Like, you don't think bears might be bigger than humans?
I don't know what qualifies as a mammal.
All right, let's just change this to animal. Just for the sake of argument. You've already gotten it wrong, and Eric gets the point. But just for the sake of this conversation, what's the largest animal on Earth?
Elephant? Giraffe?
I think it would be the blue whale.
Be the blue.
That's common knowledge?
Yes. That's common knowledge.
You know it's the biggest ocean, but not the biggest animal? Are you kidding me?
Well, you got a 1 in 4 guess
All right,
on the
Chase,
ocean.
you got to get these both right in order to have a chance here, okay? You got to get these both right. We're coming down the home stretch here. Will Lyle know what are the 3 primary colors? What are the 3 primary colors? I'm changing the question a little bit more. What are the 3 primary colors? Will Lyle know the 3 primary colors?
Come on, Chase. Game on the line.
Yes, yes, yes.
Lyle, what are the 3 primary colors?
Red, yellow, blue.
Nice job.
Attaboy.
Nice job. All right, you're still in it, Chase.
Here we go.
2
Movies.
Last question left. No, I'm not doing the movies. Are bad. I'm going sticking with the real question.
Okay.
Eric, will Lyle know?
Yeah.
What is the longest river in the world? What is the longest river in the world?
This is for the win, right?
This is for the win. You get this right,
for the win.
you win.
You're going to the game with 3 buddies.
Will Lyle know?
I don't think he'll know that.
You do not. He's not had a lot of luck with geography so far. Although he got the Pacific Ocean.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Lyle? He says you're gonna. He said you will. He will or won't know it.
Won't.
Won't. Okay.
I
Lyle,
don't think he'll know it, no.
What is the largest river in the world? The longest river in the world.
Is it the Nile?
It ain't just a river in Egypt.
Oh.
He's absolutely right. So, Chase, the door is open for you.
Yes.
Wow. The drama. This is insane.
I just got a text from someone in the building that was very excited about this segment.
Good.
Was it Tyler? Because he can't get any of them right either?
No, it was Arlene. Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Gosh, go Cougs. Okay, Chase, to tie. Force overtime.
Maura, I'm debating between question 11 or 12. I don't know which is more fun. I think I'm going to go with 12.
Okay.
Which Chase, will Lyle know the answer to this question? Which natural disaster is measured using the Richter scale?
Wow. Oh, man. Nope.
Saying no? I think he knows it. I got one reason why, but I think he knows it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lyle?
Can I change my answer based on
No, that's
Nope,
too late.
nope,
You
too
said
late.
no. What is measured using the Richter scale?
I think Chase is going to the Seahawks game.
I wish you guys
Eric,
could have
me?
heard the that he said
mean
when you
Eric?
read the question.
No, because if Chase gets this wrong, Eric's going to the Seahawks
This is
game.
only for the tie.
Oh, it's for the tie.
The tie. Yeah, he can't even count.
I don't even have a guess for this.
You don't even have a guess?
No.
I wish you could see, if you're watching on video right now, how smugly he just said no.
No.
I thought you would know based on the Beastquake
Right.
that's how you measure earthquakes.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Okay.
And
No
Chase
dice.
is right, so we're 6-6, so we're going to overtime.
You got all right. So
Sudden
I
death.
will ask you both a question right now. If we have 1 minute left, Do you want to do a bonus question for the 4 tickets, or would you like to split the tickets 2 and 2? Chase?
I'll split them.
Eric?
Hold on. I would have a 1-year-old baby with me. Like, if I can get in with just 2 tickets, I'd be cool with that. I would just have my wife and my baby.
I don't know how that works.
Complicated question.
I don't know.
My
All right, I'll
wife
tell you
never
what.
seen the
I'll tell you
Seahawks
what we're
game.
going
I'd
to
like to take her.
do. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to give Chase one more chance. I'm going to explain. So, Chase, I'm going to give you. That was Eric, right, who has the baby?
Mm-hmm. No, that's Chase.
Oh, it was Chase who has the baby. Okay, sorry. Eric, I'm going to give you one more chance to get one right, and then we'll find out the answer to this question, and then we'll get back to you guys. So if it's...
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So let me ask the final one to Eric. Eric, will he know this answer? Which famous ship sank on its maiden voyage in 1912?
I just got confirmation from Arlene.
That what?
Yes.
That will
she
work?
said yes.
That he could get in with a
Under
1-year-old?
2 is free.
Okay, then we're just going to split the tickets.
Let's just split the baby.
We'll split the
But
tickets.
not your baby. Not your baby.
Eric, Chase, you will both go
Let's
to the Rams
go.
game.
Way to go, Lyle.
Nice job, guys.
You better thank Lyle. Thank Lyle.
No bullying.
No, Lyle.
Lyle's a good sport. Thank you, Lyle.
I'm putting them both on hold.
The
Hold
text
on.
line loved the segment. We appreciate you
Dude, Lyle,
playing along,
thank you,
Lyle.
bro. You're amazing.
Maura, they are both on hold. Those are
All
two
right.
of the best contestants we've ever had, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they both won because those were great contestants. Lyle, the rest of us lost, unfortunately.
And they may be lifelong friends after they get to hang at that game Thursday. Who knows?
We should have
They may
asked
make-
Eric if he
make
was okay
friendship.
hanging out with Chase's baby before he agreed to go to that game. Like, I mean, I'm happy to take the tickets, but I don't want to hang out next to this baby. All right, we'll be right back. We got to go from there into Here's the Thing. Man, just trying to make you guys laugh a little bit this morning on what is otherwise kind of a crappy day in Seattle. That's coming up next on Brock and Salk.
This is Brock and Salk's every afternoon at 2.
Nick Eamon is with us. Can you think back to a game where you had more production?
I think yesterday is probably like the most complete I've played.
This is long before you were born. This is actually when I was playing. 1991, the last time somebody had 2 tackles for loss, a sack, an interception, and a field goal block.
They had told me that stat yesterday. I was pretty amazed by it. You know, it's been a long time, but you know, I'm just grateful and blessed for it to be me.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who never lies. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through December 21st, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
People want to do business with someone they can trust, who's a real person. They don't feel like you're just going after their money. And when you take the time to get to know them, get to know their needs, remember their name, remember their kids' names, and just be there to help them and sort of, you know, not be a car salesman, but be a consultant, then they feel more comfortable with you and the experience is better on both sides. Each individual person has an opportunity to sort of unveil our company spirit and their own individual personality and their ability to serve. I myself, I have helped some families in the sense that, you know, I've helped mom, helped dad, and then 2 years later, like, you know, here's our daughter, she needs a car now. And it's one of the biggest compliments to know that you've earned this family's trust, that now you're their guy. You want to be their guy.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-for-Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-for-Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. And obviously, New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Get the freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Saul.
I might make a little change on the fly here, Brock. I know we normally do Here's the Thing, and this might be a little challenge for Lyle, but let's move Here's the Thing to 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Let's do Here's the Thing at 9 o'clock, and maybe we could do Blue 88 right now. Lyle probably has to change the logs in order to get that to happen. So I'll give him just a moment in order to get that set up. But I don't know, just after doing 25 minutes of Lyle's inability to understand anything that makes the world go round.
Hey, he did pretty good, bro.
He did not that good.
He did pretty darn good.
He did not do that well. No, he didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's not a percentage thing. It's the ones he got wrong were just so astounding.
Journey, Britney Spears, Einstein, the Pacific Ocean.
The one that's going to jump out to me forever is him saying of the word of marsupial. I've never even heard that word.
Really, for me, it was I don't even know what a mammal is.
That too. That's pretty good. Yeah, what's a mammal? He also thought the largest animal might be a human, which was pretty shocking.
Well, aren't there certain things that qualify as mammals and then other things?
I mean, yes, not all animals are mammals, but all mammals are animals. But
This is where the professor got tripped up about whether a turtle was an animal.
that's true. He didn't know that a turtle was an animal. So, Lyle, you're in good company. You're just like John Clayton, who wasn't sure whether or not a turtle counted as an animal.
And
I don't know what he
Goliath was
thought
a big
it
man.
was.
I mean, Goliath, they said, stood 9 feet tall. So,
But he
he's
wasn't
close.
a I thought maybe you might know, where is don't they mention the blue whale in what movie is that? Where they talk about some of the
Lyle's ready to
anatomy
get to
of a
Blue 88,
great
and
blue
so am
whale.
I.
I think you're right, though. We need to break up the silly.
Yeah, we'll break up the silly. So we'll come back at 9 with Here's the Thing. And right now I'll ask Brock 3 good football questions we call a Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
860 says fire Lyle. I've been a big Lyle supporter, and I can look past his lack of Shakespeare knowledge. Not knowing that Smells Like Teen Spirit is by Nirvana on a Seattle radio show is perhaps the most embarrassing public incident I have ever witnessed. Downright awful. It's shameful, says the 860. Wow. Brock, let's start here. Hold on. Wait, that's yesterday's. I gotta change it. Hold on a second. I gotta pull up the questions. Hold on a second. Just give me a moment. I was looking at yesterday's questions. Come on.
That's good memory. I'm proud of you that you didn't just ask those again.
All right, let's start here, Brock. How many quarterbacks are the Seahawks preparing for on Sunday?
Yeah, give me that old Mike McDonald cut you played earlier in Need to Know, because I think that there is some reality to this. I think if you're in their position and you're Aiden Dirty and you're Aiden Dirty and Mike McDonald kind of putting the plan together and looking at the Colts roster, I think McDonald's right. I think you got a plan for all of them.
Yeah, we're expecting for him to play. I mean, we got to be ready for Riley and for Brett, but yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm in his shoes, I'm doing the same. I'm with Orlovsky. I would think Riley Leonard would want this opportunity more than anything, would brace that up. A grade 1 PCL, guys can play through. It may limit your running, it may limit the stability. You may put yourself at some risk, but if you just watch Daniel Jones play through a broken fibula, unfortunately tearing his Achilles, I think Riley Leonard is a tough dude, and he's a gritty dude, and he's a running dude, and I think you're going to have to prepare for that. And then with Phillip Rivers, you're going to have to prepare for probably lots of check with me and cadence and things that a savvy, big fella like him is going to be able to do. And then Brett Rippon's kind of the throw-in. He's the just kind of street pro that, can wing it a little bit. And if he does play Salk, he will play with nothing to lose. And he will throw it all over the yard and give you an opportunity to probably take the ball away a bunch. But if you're the Seahawks, you're absolutely, in that regard, I think, preparing for all three.
All right,
all 3 different skill sets.
Question number 2. Hey, Riley Mills, full participant yesterday. Remember, he was the 5th-round pick from Notre Dame, defensive lineman, Brock, and the possibility that he could get out there at some point this year. If he does get in, how does he fit?
Yeah, he's kind of, I went back and looked at lots of his combine stuff, Salk, and I did not have him. I did not have Notre Dame during his tenure there. But I do remember watching him a number of times, and just, gosh, he was a good college football player. He's big now. He's 6'5", 290. And to be honest with you, where he fits a little bit more? He would fit a little bit more in a traditional kind of old school Pittsburgh Steelers 3-4 defense. He would be that 5 technique defensive end, right? That could play that spot and be very stout. But he's the challenge he has, and what I'm anxious to kind of see and how they utilize him eventually is he's not real long. 32 and something inch arms. He's not like Leonard Williams with that length. He's not necessarily like a Bohanna and a Peely at 330 plus pounds either. 6'5", 290, fairly athletic, super smart, super savvy. But he's a little different than all the rest of these D linemen. He's certainly not an edge player, and he doesn't have some of the size or the length of some of the interior. But like they've done with Murphy, who also is not prototypical in some of his size, they will play to his skill set. His greatest skill set, frankly, might just be his brain. Smart football player, and great to see him a full participant in practice yesterday.
All right, let's finish question number 3. The Sharon Moore story is bizarre and potentially really sad and awful, and just that whole thing is gross. But if he's out of Michigan, which he is, how does that affect Jed Fish? Could he be a legit candidate there?
I think it absolutely makes Jed a legitimate candidate. I think it probably makes him one of 3 or 4. Right, as I looked at all of these lists, as I read Football Scoop last night, and obviously this late in the cycle, Salk, and with Matt Campbell and some other guys that have gone other places, you're kind of just looking at sitting head coaches, obviously, And the two names that came up both have University of Washington ties. That's Kalen DeBoer at Bama.
Who's always wanted that job, right?
If it doesn't go well at Oklahoma versus Oklahoma in the playoff, and they lose a fourth game, and right, I think that's a whole lot closer to home to where he has been. He was at Eastern Michigan. He was at Southern Illinois. He cut his teeth, obviously, in South Dakota. So the Midwest in that area, I would think, would be an incredible fit. And that's why, if it doesn't go well, again, in the playoff for Alabama, that could be a possibility. And then Jed Fish is way up there. He coached for Harbaugh a couple years there. From won 10 games in Arizona. He's won 6. He's won 8. He's building this thing. Give him the resources and all the things that Michigan would provide at the top of the food chain from a budget standpoint. Yeah, you could start to make a case there, especially this late in the hiring cycle. So it does have Washington Husky kind of impacts with a former coach and the sitting coach right now.
That is today's Blue 88. Little late edition as we went long, obviously, with is Lyle smarter than a fifth grader? And for those who just texted in saying, hey, here's the thing. It's coming at 9 o'clock. Sorry. Just move some things around today. It's a little funky Thursday, so sorry about that. We're going to move that to 9 o'clock this morning. If you sent in or submitted a message, I should say, we'll play those at 9 o'clock. All right. Plus, we got Daniel Jeremiah's usually on Tuesday. Today's like the strangest, most mixed up Thursday of all time. I know it's all over the place, Brock, but you gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with this stuff. So
adapt, overcome, and improvise.
That's exactly what we're doing. So we'll give you everything you need to know next. Then Daniel Jeremiah at 8:30. Then we will play Here's the Thing at 9 o'clock, and then of course Moore's got the fantasy forecast at 9:45. Got it all?
Got it.
What are we doing next? Do you remember? I'm quizzing you. What's next?
Need to know with marsupials.
With marsupials, yes. A pocketed need to know. Coming up next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Was anyone in any way nervous at the half? I wasn't.
I wasn't worried at all. But obviously, I do the pre-halftime and post-game shows.
Yeah.
People I told you, Sam is the same old Sam. The run game.
Like they were texting it or they were showing up?
I'm telling you, the text lines were popping. And it lets me kind of feel what you guys are feeling.
Yeah.
But when they start balling, I need those same people to text in like, actually, I'm good now.
Only on Seattle Sports.
All right, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from Christmas. So now a great time for those fitness gifts for your friends, your family, hey, maybe even for yourself. Brock Ewart here, and from weight sets and accessories to the complete home gym, my friends at Top Fitness is the place to shop. And right now, they've got certified pre-owned, pre-core commercial treadmills. These are the same models used in hotels and clubs, typically sell for over $13,000. They're available, limited numbers, by the way. They're available for, get this, $3,300. They look like new, and they come with a full warranty. So if you're looking for a legit treadmill, look no further than $3,300 for a Precor treadmill right now. Don't settle for some lightweight treadmill when you can get a deal this good. And as always, you'll get free delivery and assembly on those Precor treadmills, ellipticals, and exercise bikes. No secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. You can visit them in person in Tukwila, Linwood, or Bellevue, or simply go online to topfitness.com and see all the deals for the fitness enthusiast on your holiday list. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
Bump here. Seattle U's men's basketball is hosting big games at Climate Pledge. Come see Washington State, and Gonzaga. Next game is December 19th against UW. Tickets as low as $20. Grab your tickets at GoSeattleU.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Honey, look. 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafee from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? Well, with Xfinity, you can get reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included, all at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply, requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, a lot of names on the Seahawks injury report, but honestly, most of them weren't all that serious. Elijah Arroyo, the only non-participant, and that was not unexpected at all. Jalen Sundell was a limited participant, so was Eric Saubert. Both of them are on their way back after having been injured. What happens next with Saubert? Is he a starter?
We got to see how well practice goes, but we'll make sure he's fully healthy before we start making a declaration.
Okay, so they don't know exactly what happens there yet. Maybe he's a guard, maybe he's a center, maybe he's a starter, maybe he's on the bench. Still a lot to figure out. And honestly, the Colts have a lot to figure out as well. Their injury report's a mess, although they might have gotten some good news on DeForest Buckner, who may be able to return. He's a really, really good player who would help them. As for Phillip Rivers, we'll see. Here's Shane Steichen on how he ended up there.
Called him Sunday night. We said, hey, what do you think? He said, heck yeah, I'm interested. Heck yeah. And so he slept on it. I said, sleep on it. And then Monday, called him back Monday morning. He said, I need to get up there. I need to get up there and throw, get in that building, start moving around. So he came in here, threw. He didn't forget how to throw a football. So we did that Monday, and then Tuesday, he was in the hotel thinking it over. He called us. Me and Chris were in the office. Said, what do you think? He said, dadgummit, let's freaking go. And so we said, let's do it. And so we're excited for his opportunity.
Oh, the NFL.
The only place where people could say dadgummit.
Dadgummit and ask about their weight and everything else that he had to answer to, and just all the storylines galore. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like Lion Man or Yellowstone. Like, oh, come on. Oh, come on. You're gonna call dadgummit somebody 44 years old down in Alabama with 11 kids, and he's going to come start. He's going to play against the best defense in the NFL. Yeah.
Well, here's what
yes,
here's what Philip said. Here's why he wanted to do this.
Something about it excited me, and it's kind of one of those deals. The door opens, and you can either walk through it and find out if you can do it, or run from it. And I know that there's risk involved, obviously, of what may or may not happen. But the only way to find out is going for it. And I just felt almost like it was a gift, another opportunity to play and cut it loose with your guys in the game you love to play, and the dream that you got to live. You may get some bonus time. So I really kept it as simple as that in my mind, and here I stand.
Okay, so no truth to the rumor, Brock, that he just came back for the post-game buffet.
No, and my gut, just total gut. No, this is no. You think I get inside information sometimes? I know some folks with the Colts still, but no, this is nothing inside. This is total gut and instinct. He's going to start Sunday. He's not doing this to just come back and not play. He's going to start Sunday.
But you don't think you don't think that might happen the next week? You think he's going to start right away?
So they are reeling. They were 7-1. They were 8-2. They were one of the best. They were the best scoring differential team in the NFL through 10 games.
Not anymore.
You get DeForest Buckner back. You got Jonathan Taylor. This is going to salvage
I've always
the season.
felt, Brock, like if you need to salvage your season, you want to turn to the fattest 44-year-old you can, and that seems to be the direction they're going.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Joey. He's not quite fat. That was overkill. That wasn't right. Brock, Mariners still have work to do. Didn't get a tremendous amount accomplished at the winter meetings, but that doesn't mean that work wasn't done that can pay dividends down the road. They know they need one veteran infielder, and Jerry made that pretty clear. They're looking for one veteran infielder, not two. And I think that makes sense, right? I mean, you want to still leave some space open for the young players to have opportunities. You want to play Cole Young. You want to play Colt Emerson. You want to play Ben Williamson, but you also don't want to have to count on all of them. And so bringing in one veteran infield bat, whether it's Polanco or Marte or Donovan or Lau or whoever it might be. Or Bregman.
Or Alex Bregman.
I don't see that one happening as much as I would like it.
Lyle kind of massaged it with Boris.
Much as I
Rumors
would
out
like
there
it.
that Boris reaching out to the Mariners.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure that's how it all went down. In any event, Brock, I think they're absolutely right on that. And, I was talking about this with Lyle before you jumped on this morning. Trading Harry Ford, I think, gives them a little bit more flexibility to play some of those young guys more often. Because if they were going to have to put Harry Ford in the lineup 50, 60 times a year, right? Those were 50, 60 games where you were going to have another rookie question mark in the lineup. And so I think this gives them a lot more opportunities for Williamson, Emerson, and for Cole Young.
Okay. And Alex Bregman, according to Mr. Boris.
Why do I even go to you? I don't know. What are we even doing? Orioles have taken an interesting approach, Brock. They are trying to get better.
So Boris reached out, olive branch, to Jerry, now executive of the year, and says, I have seen the light.
Just go to the next one. Just go to number 3.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Are you punch drunk? Are you punch drunk from doing the fifth grader thing with Lyle?
Boris doesn't do deals with the Mariners. He hates the Mariners. Yeah. Not anymore.
Okay.
Now he loves them.
Uh-huh. Third mystery team. Let's see. Let's finish up with the Kraken. Actually, a pretty good win for them, man. They played not well for a lot of that. There was a lot of frustration watching that game. I thought Lane Lambert was going to take his fist and put it straight through the glass. He was so mad after they gave up the second goal, and understandably so. And then they found a way back. The Jared McCann was able to draw a penalty on the goalie in just the final couple minutes there. They get a 6-on-4 advantage and score on it. Great job on that play by Tolvanen and by Beniers, who scored the goal. And then you get into overtime and find a way. They, for whatever reason, seem to find a way to score in OT.
Seattle looking for the winner on the man advantage. 4 against 3. Eberle leaving it for Tolvanen. One-timer. Scores! That's done in overtime. And the Kraken snap their losing streak.
You getting any feel for Lane? The Lane train, Lambert?
No, I mean, I don't.
Kind of liked him. I got to watch a fair amount of that last night.
Yeah. Did you see how mad he was?
Yeah, he was so fired
mad.
up. Did you think that was a goal that they challenged? Do you ever think the goalie had it? I didn't think he ever had it.
Yeah, but they blew it dead.
Yeah, okay.
That was blown up.
Any feel for Lane Lambert over Dave Hackstall or the fellow last year?
I think he brings a little bit more punch, a little bit more intensity, a little bit more energy, I think, than either of those guys brought. But again, the problem,
talent.
Just don't have that kind of talent.
And
what did they say last night? Their leader in points has 17 points. They're 20-something games through the season.
What?
Yeah. Team leader in points is like 17. Like you can't survive
you need
like that.
TET, top end talent.
You have to have some of it. Really hard.
Guess what? Guess what you missed, Lyle, on the show the other day. You want to know something you missed? You missed another acronym called SUS. S-U-S. You know what that stands for? Shut up, Salk. So you can employ that if you want to every once in a while. SUS.
Yeah. It's better than sub, which is shut up, Brock.
Shut
All
up,
right,
Brock.
that is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here in the Brock and Salk Show. We think we're going to have DJ Daniel Jeremiah a couple days late, but not $1 short. Daniel Jeremiah will join us next on Brock and Salk.
Wyman and Bob.
Devin Witherspoon has been fantastic this year.
Every afternoon at 2.
He interviews like he plays. Energy. Yeah.
We just need a blade of grass. Give us a blade of grass, bro. That's all we need.
Like when people try to block him, it's like trying to block water. Yeah. I mean, he just is all over the place. His feet are phenomenal, and then you hear the energy there. So just the tempo of his voice and the way he talks. Like, can you imagine you got a guy like that on the field?
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
All right, yeah, let's talk about here the end of the year. It is rapidly approaching. We got, under 3 weeks to go before New Year's, which means you got 3 weeks to jump on the Eastside Weight Loss Clinic plan before the sale goes away at the end of the year. $300 off right now. We have been talking about weight, and I know when you're 44 years old, it can start to become a little bit more challenging to keep it off. Why not get that help? Or if you've already let it drift away, why not have the help to lose that weight and look like yourself again, feel better, be healthier, look better, new clothes, everything fits better. You can do it with the help of Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. And it starts with just a 15-minute phone call. You can schedule yours right now at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, DC. Results may vary.
Hey Hawk fans, Jake Bobo. Stormy weather is here. How's your roof holding up? Give Techline Roofing a call. With the strongest warranty in the business, Techline has you covered. That's Tekline, roofing.com. Trust Techline.
At Cressy Door, we not only have the perfect garage door for your home, but we also offer options for creating space and even warming your outdoor areas. Check out your options at cressydoor.com.
It's a freezing night, and suddenly your heating dies. A fix could take several days or longer. Don't let this happen to you. If your system's 12 years or older, it's on borrowed time. Upgrade now to a dependable Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning system and keep your family comfortable. Schedule a consultation today at homecomfortalliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit homecomfortalliance.com. That's homecomfortalliance.com. And happy holidays to all.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
At Washington Energy Services, we take the time to get to know you and your home. We have the passion and commitment to see each project through and to treat our work as more than just a job. For over 65 years, we've offered award-winning home services, from heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to windows and doors. Complete home improvement handled from start to comfort. For peace of mind when you need it most, count on Washington Energy Services, bringing good energy to your home.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, wait in just a moment here as Daniel Jeremiah is set to join us. A little late this week as he had the game on Monday Night Football for the Chargers. So we have DJ on Thursday today, Brock. Just a little bit of a change, and then we're gonna do Here's the Thing at 9 because we moved that around. But the fantasy forecast will still be at 9:45. So if you have fantasy questions for Maura, please text them into 866-979-3776. All right, we're having computer issues, so no DJ on video, but we do have... Oh, he's on his phone, but on video. Ah, I get it. DJ, you look fine on your phone. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, that's not great.
I mean,
It's not great.
No?
What happens, you guys? I have a
There you go.
MacBook.
That looks
I'm trying
good.
to move this around.
Yeah.
But it won't charge. My computer now will not. It's just stuck on like a battery icon, and I charged it all night long. It doesn't work.
Have you thought about complaining loudly on the
To the goons at
to the goons? I was
att.net.
going to say, to the goons at att.net, using your social media platform, and hope that, like John Clayton, people from those companies will come help you?
No, has that been tried before?
Well, one of the beauties of John, we chatted with
Fairly
John
successfully.
every single day, DJ, and one of the cool little just attributes of John is you'd ask him, like you typically do, hey, how's your day? And most people are like, Yeah, it's okay. Oh, he would tell you.
Fine.
Oh, it's terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's terrible. The goons at AT.net haven't fixed my computer yet, so nothing's working. Of course, it's raining outside. It's allegedly rainy day, and I'm not allowed to go outside because I have to work every day. So, yeah, I mean, you never knew what you might get. It was a wild ride. But we're glad to have you. We missed you on Tuesday. I mean, I was here working and was kind of expecting you.
I'll raise the hand on that one. So I got home like 1 o'clock after the Charger game. And it was one of those days where I had to record like 3 different podcasts for NFL Network, including one that we do quarterly with Rosenthal. Then the last minute I get a text, we're going to have Mendoza on, and we've got Brian Hartline coming on. So I've got all this stuff swimming, and then I get up, I realize my phone's dead, so I just charged it in the kitchen, and then I'm just sitting there prepping these, and I go and look at my phone, and it's like 9 text messages from everybody involved with the show, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to hear the end of this from Salk. I already know how this is going to go.
Nah, I got more vacation coming up, so I'm just going to let you go in exchange for time served or something like that.
Yeah,
and I got so many questions for you. Honestly, I don't even want to waste time making fun because I got a ton I want to get to. We got to start with Phillip Rivers. I wasn't expecting that. Like, if we had talked on Tuesday, we wouldn't have had any opportunity to talk about Phillip Rivers because nobody knew it would be happening then. He's probably going to start on Sunday, right? Brock said it. I kind of probably agree with him. What does a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers have to offer, especially just looking at him yesterday? I thought I saw a little extra weight on the bones there. And, what does Phillip Rivers have at this stage?
Well, it's going to be must-see TV. I mean, if there was going to be the worst-case scenario of who I'd want to play against, where I'd want to play, and weather and all those things, I would probably be what he's getting ready to walk into. But I was around Phillip for a long time, and he's one of those guys. I think he'll be able to throw a ball into his 80s. Like he's got his different way of doing it, but I think he'll be able to throw the ball okay. To me, it's just going to be a matter of, how does he deal with the punishment that he's going to inevitably get in this game? He's going to get hit. And, when I was playing a bazillion years ago, Brock, you remember we used to have like the screen period, which was maybe once a week would be like a 10-minute period in practice. I think to me, if I were the Colts, it'd be like the screen period would be the practice. And then I would sprinkle in a couple other things for a 10-minute period.
Yeah. Get the ball out, right? Get the ball out.
100%.
Now, he can't be worse than Max Brosmer. Right? I mean, he's competent.
He's going to be better than him.
The system.
And he's you watch, like, even as great as the Seattle front is, they'll pop a run because he'll see something early, which he's really, really good at. He'll get him in the right check, the right call, and they'll probably catch a run here or there because of his brain. So that'll be kind of an underrated aspect of having him in there. But I did hear yesterday they practiced really well, threw the ball well. So it's going to be awesome. Like, I was talking to somebody and they said this is going to be it's going to be a Disney movie or it's going to be like a horror flick. Like, there's no in between, but it's going to be must-see TV. I can't wait for it.
3 weeks ago, DJ, 3 weeks ago, the Colts were 8-2. They were 7-1. They had a better scoring differential than the Seahawks and Rams. What has happened?
Well, I mean, not being healthy at the quarterback position. Daniel Jones playing with a broken leg before he had the unfortunate Achilles injury. But I saw him, when they played the Chargers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this offense was a machine the way they were operating, and that efficiency took a little bit of a turn there with his health. So I think that was a pretty simple explanation.
Is their O-line pretty healthy, though? Is their O-line still capable of doing what they've done for Jonathan Taylor? I know he slowed down with some of those other challenges, but will this be one of the better O-lines that the Seahawks group's got to face?
Yeah, I'd have to look and see where their injury situation is at right now. I haven't looked at that, but when they're healthy and got their guys out there, they can move people. They can move people, especially with their interior. So it's going to be. I'm telling you, it's not. I know the line I think is 14 points on this game, and I know everybody's just said this is there's no chance. 5 years he hasn't played football, and I'm like, I saw this team. They have a lot of good players on that football team. So I think it'll be closer than that is what I'm getting at.
We've been talking a lot this week, DJ, about the defenses, Houston, Denver, Seattle, and the Rams. I mean, these 4 defenses seem to have separated themselves from the rest of the pack. And I know there's a few other good ones. Patriots are pretty good. There's a couple other good defenses. But these 4, I think, are like the 4 elite defenses. I kind of could go 2 ways with this. One is, when's the last time there were 4 elite defenses in one season of this caliber? I can't remember. I'm sure if you go back to the 80s and 90s, there were plenty, but it sure seems to be unique over the last 10 or 20 years. And then secondly, like, what separates them? What is the difference? How do you rank these 4 defenses?
Well, I would disagree from the standpoint. I feel like every 4 or 5 years we have a collection of defenses like that. And a lot of my examples on that are going back. Now it's been a while since I was working, for a team, but I just remember the years in the early 2000s off the top of my head where I know Baltimore and Pittsburgh just in our division were elite defenses. The Chargers, when they had all those guys, were an elite defense. And then you had New England with what they were doing with Belichick during those groups was an elite defense. So I think this is not abnormal. I think we've seen offenses take a little bit of a step back this year as part of that. But these 4 in particular, when you go through them side by side, to me, if I was going to use like kind of the words to describe them, Houston is the most violent of these 4 defenses. Like, and I've seen them up close, saw them in the playoffs last year. It is just, there's a physicality and a ferociousness that starts with the 2 edge rushers where it's just a real violent physical defense with a really good secondary. If I was going to rank all 4 of them, I would probably put them at number 1 just because I think you feel them when you play them. It's just a little different with how fast and violent they play. To me, Seattle's got the most depth of everybody. When you look at all the different things they can do up front, it's just waves and waves of guys. And going back to the tape this last week, to me, Witherspoon is such an X factor, man. Like, he's just watching him blitz, watching him, get his hands on the ball just as a playmaker to complement what they're doing up front. They've got guys at all levels of their defense. I just think they would be, to me, the depth team in this bunch with the waves of guys they can throw at you. Denver,
would they be?
I would put them at number 2. Them at number 2. I'd have Houston at 1. I'd have Seattle at number 2. I'd have Denver at 3. And Denver is, to me, is speed. There's speed, and then there's just the aggressiveness with the way Vance Joseph calls it, where they're going to give you a lot coming at you, and they can do that because, again, they've got a really good secondary as well. But I just feel like when you play them and you see them in person, to me, it was the speed. It's the get off of Benito and Cooper coming off the edge. Like, they're just speed. So then that they would be 3 for me. Then the Rams, I just think the Rams, of all those 4, I would say the Rams secondary would be kind of the weakest of the 3 levels of a defense in that collection of 4 guys. And I love their defensive front. And again, they can come at you with waves like Seattle can, but I think I would take Seattle's secondary over the Rams.
So to rewind it back to that Sunday game, 6-6 at half, a play here, a play there, especially in the first half, Atlanta could have had the lead, and then Seattle just steps on the gas from Shaheed's opening kickoff to the defense to Sam was electric and JSN. So just the overall tape, the eye in the sky, what did it show you?
I thought Sam was awesome in this game. Like, to me, and I wrote down escape, like all caps. He had some incredible escapes where they've got free runners on him, and he was able to not only get away from him, but then maintain his poise and deliver the ball down the field. I thought the ball was jumping out of his hand. Has that tipped interception early. There's a little adversity there, but I thought he was nails after that with some wow throws, big time throws. I thought that pass rush is good. Atlanta for years had been anemic with their pass rush, but Pierce, he gave Cross some issues and some trouble off the edge a little bit there. I was talking on the phone with the GM this morning. I was finishing up. I had done the defense, and I was finishing up the offensive tape in this game. And I told him, I said, dude, Gray Zabel, just watching him in this game and the torque and the power that he can play with, he is an elite guard now. Like, this is not oh, he's going to end up being one of the better guards in the league. He is one of the better guards in the league right now with what he did. I thought that the other guard played better in this game, which was encouraging to see. That was great. Shaheed figuring out ways to get him involved, I think, is a nice weapon to have in this offense. And JSN does this thing like he always does, and get down in the red zone. You get play action. I thought it was good to see Cooper get involved. I thought it was a really, really good offensive performance. And then flip it over the defensive side. I mean, there's a million stars. 13 was great. 21 was awesome. I thought you saw Eamon Wari when he gets down in the box. See, I'm using some names as well as numbers now, guys. I'm trying to evolve.
Yeah.
I'm trying to evolve. Pitts got him on one. But he was electric when he was near the line of scrimmage. Job got beat for a touchdown, but I thought overall he was okay. And then when I looked at Leonard Williams, I'm looking at it, and there's only so many times you can reset the line of scrimmage. Like it's every play. The play, I almost wonder if you should just start with whoever is blocking him 3 yards backwards, because you're going to be there very shortly. So you might as well just cut it out and just start right there at that point in time. And then Byron Murphy's as good at throwing a hip and anchoring down versus double teams as any defensive tackle in the league. You couldn't move him in there. They were trying to double him and duo him and get him out of there, and they couldn't move him. So I thought it was a very impressive tape on both sides of the ball. And then obviously you have the kick return.
That's a pretty good day. Yeah, I mean, you keep doing that, and they may very well win out and go through this Final Four gauntlet.
That looked like a Super Bowl team. I know Atlanta is Atlanta, but if you watch that game, that's a complete team, and that looked like a Super Bowl caliber team.
Hey, we were going to talk about this at the end of the segment last week, and we kind of got short on time. So I thought I would take just a couple of minutes and ask you about it. This is a long-standing conversation Brock and I have had. In fact, used to talk about it with Pete Carroll now and again, and he was not opposed to my idea, Brock. And the idea is essentially platooning offensive linemen. And that could happen in two ways. It could be game by game based on matchup. We think that this guard is a better matchup against their speed versus this guard is a better matchup against a more power team, whatever the case may be. So you could do it game by game. But really, for me, it was, why don't you have, you bring in a third down package of receivers? Why don't you bring in some third down offensive linemen who are better at pass blocking? It's not like they can only pass block. Obviously, they're still capable of run blocking. But why don't teams consider the idea? I just don't know why they're playing 5 offensive linemen every single game, almost bar none.
Well, we did already have this discussion, so it really meant a lot to me that you took what I said.
Well, we had it short. We just had a short version of it.
Okay, I definitely remember having this discussion, but it
was a short.
I think because I remember I had said that I know in talking to the Chargers how they do it is they have put their backups. It used to be, hey, you got to get your best 5 on the field, so you might have a swing tackle can play both tackle spots. You've got your interior guys who can bounce around, so you're practicing those guys at all different spots just to make sure you get your best 5 out there. And they had taken more of an approach of, we're going to have our right side backups and our left side backups. So, it might not be the same. It's not like if your right guard got hurt, you wouldn't take, okay, this is our next best lineman. It's like, no, this guy backs up our right guard and this guy backs up our left guard, 2 different people. So depending on who goes down, they go in. But the reason why offensive line coaches will be reluctant to have that type of change in and out of a lineup during the game is simply just the communication and the cohesiveness you feel like you have to have with all the different looks that you're going to see. And I know people will say, oh, they're professionals. You practice. Can't you work all that stuff out? There's still just a difference in, repping it out and playing so many snaps with the same neighbors that you see things the same. You can read the body language of your guys. You communicate differently. I think there's just a lot of value placed on the cohesiveness of having that same group out there.
And I would add, Salk, with the third down pass rush, those guys get their work in practice, or receivers and quarterbacks get a lot of reps, right? It's just kind of with the minimal reps that the NFL has. It's shocking when you compare high school reps to college reps to NFL reps and how limited practice time they actually have. I think it does make it a little, and they can't really practice in the offseason. Receivers, guess what they can do? They can practice timing with quarterbacks, and you can build continuity and all of that. It's just, I think it's very difficult to
Its
rep.
day will
somebody.
come. Just wait. One day.
Oh,
One day
it might.
somebody will try it, and then its day will come.
I mean, look, to me, the way you kind of get to that a little bit more is just, and you saw it going back to the George Fant days, like the 6th offensive lineman, in some cases the 7th offensive lineman, of getting all those guys out there together. I think you're more likely to see more and more of that going forward.
All right, let's try this then. I asked this of Joel Klatt last week, and I'll ask you. Are we seeing a changing of the guard at the elite level of the quarterback position this year? On one hand, I mean, I think that the same quarterbacks are still the top quarterbacks in the game, but Patrick Mahomes is likely not going to make the playoffs, and Lamar Jackson is very much in doubt of making the playoffs, and Josh Allen's been still really good, but his team is not what it's been. Like, the quarterbacks that are the top, other than Matthew Stafford, there are a whole lot of new, fresh faces on the top of the leaderboard. Are we watching something change?
Well, yeah, Burrow, look at the difference that he makes. I mean, that was a non-competitive team when he was out, and then he pops in there, and all of a sudden they win a game and then had Buffalo on the ropes with what he brought to the table. But yeah, I mean, it used to be the gauntlet. That was the whole thing. You make the playoffs in the AFC, and okay, you got Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. If you don't have one of those, I call them like cyborgs, then you're not going to be able to get through that gauntlet. There's no way. Just there's too much talent there. And now we're seeing this whole new wave of guys with all these young players, and Drake May would probably be right there at the tippy top of that list. So I don't think it's necessarily Lamar Jackson would be the one exclusion. I think Lamar, you've clearly seen a drop off in play from him, and that could be injury related. Just he doesn't look like he has the same suddenness or juice that he's had in his MVP years. So that to me is more of a personal drop off. I don't think that Joe Burrow is any less of a player. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is really, his skill level has fallen off, or Josh, depending on what's around him. I don't think Burrow, any of those guys, they're all the same guys. The teams have kind of failed those guys a little bit. And so we were seeing new blood with new teams that have done a better job of surrounding these young quarterbacks with better players. And some of that's simply the financial side of it, where you're not paying them a whole heck of a lot of money. And you can afford to do what New England did and be ultra aggressive in free agency last year.
A big picture question for me. I jumped on a show right after you were on it, I think with Bruce and Rich yesterday, and they continued to brag about John Schneider. And Rich Gannon loves John Schneider as much as anybody, and I think John jumps on that show on Sirius more than any other show on the radio in the country with frequency. And they were just bragging about John. Let me just ask you a big picture question. How did Schneider get it so right with Mike McDonald?
That's a great question. I wish I knew Coach McDonald better personally. I can only go off of what, people I know that have worked with him and know him. But I think you found, although you could say they're different people than him and Pete, but there's a lot of similarities there, and that I think that he makes things easy and fun, and they play fast, and there's an accountability that he brings that Pete brought as well. But there's I just feel like when I watch that team and watch Witherspoon after all these plays he makes, and look at how much fun he's having. I don't know the guy. I don't know what his coaching philosophy is like, but I know that when you watch the Seattle Seahawks, they play fast and they look like they're having a heck of a lot of fun when they're out there on the field. And I think there's probably a lot of similarities between the previous coach and the current coach that people don't point out.
6 blowouts in the season with 4 games left to play. It really has been remarkable. And now we're starting to see a lot of the national folks take notice, people that are a little late to the party, but, the Seahawks are in my top 3, and I think the Seahawks are going to be favored, and this and that, which is great. Do you think they feel any of that? Do they feel any pressure? That's not something they've had to deal with at all.
No, I don't think they feel that at all. And you've got some veteran guys on there too. So they've got a good mixture of guys who've been around. When you have a Tank Lawrence, and you've got Cooper Kupp and these types of players, and Sam's seen a thing or two as well. That's not gonna phase this group at all. I did, by the way, I want to show you, this is it would have been a major character flaw, but somebody tagged me in a post from one of our shows in August, where I talked about this being a team I thought would win the division and all this positive Seahawks stuff. And they tagged me on it. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to repost that. I'm not going to, the real ones know.
Right.
The real ones know.
Yeah,
the loyal folks know
Right.
where
Yeah.
we are here.
You're not a big receipts guy.
That's great
You're not a
restraint.
receipts
You
guy,
should
are
talk to Louis Riddick about
such a-
that. He would have posted it. I can tell you that much.
Or Orlovsky would have posted it in 2 seconds. I mean, Dan would have been all
Dan
over
would
that
have
thing.
Dan would have posted before the guy had even sent it to him. Dan's just always posting. It's just a constant stream.
I think Dan
of
direct
posting.
messaged the guy and told him to post it. Is what happened. No.
Okay, so little crystal ball. This is fun on Thursday. It's a little later in the week. We're not looking back quite as much. We're looking ahead. So crystal ball, DJ. Along those same lines of you liking the Seahawks, being Seahawky, crystal ball Sunday afternoon, Phillip Rivers. Does he make an impact for the Colts? And is this going to be maybe a little tougher affair with a 44-year-old under center?
I think it's going to be closer than people think. I do. And maybe we can come back and you can throw this back in my face. But my thing with when you have guys like this, and this is a very rare situation with him, to me, I think it's like that Toby Keith song. I'm as good once as I ever was, but
I'm not as good as I once was.
That whole thing.
But I'm as good once as I've ever been.
As I ever was. Yeah, like I don't know how Phillip's going to feel the day after this game or what he's going to look like the next week, but I feel like he could conjure up enough out of that 44-year-old body to make this a little bit more competitive than people think.
Who's Toby?
You know that
Keith?
song, right, Saul?
Who's Toby Keith? I don't know what that is.
Stop.
That's Brock. You picked me up on that one. I was fumbling those lyrics, and you scooped up that ball like it was Jalen Hurts, and you didn't fumble it again, which was nice.
Now, Brock and I have gone through this before. I didn't grow up knowing that there was such thing as a country music radio station, so this is it's all new to me. It's all new. They didn't have them in the Northeast.
Before I started dating my wife, I told her I would never listen to country music and I'd never drink Diet Coke. And I've probably listened to more country music and drank more Diet Coke than just about anybody outside of Nick Saban.
Yeah, I would not. I wouldn't even consider marrying somebody that likes country music. That'd just be a non-starter. There's like certain things you got to work out ahead of time, and that would just be one of them. DJ, thank you. You were talking about how Cincinnati had their problems this year. It's probably because their quarterback was so old, Joe Flacco being, 40. Not 44.
Oh, he's a young.
40, just a youthful 40. So, all right.
So
DJ.
He's a youngin'.
Thank you as always. Great stuff. Good to have you even a little bit later in the week. And I'll be in. We'll talk next week on Tuesday. Already looking forward to it.
Can't wait. Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. Daniel Jeremiah, who joins us every week, usually Tuesdays at 8:30, but we got it done a little bit late this week. We'll come back to some of that.
Thanks to our friends at Marquee Data.
Yes.
Data. Marquee.
Go either way on that one. Whatever floats your boat, Brock. Let's come back. We're going to do a late version of Here's the Thing. Everything is different today. It's just a mixed up kind of Thursday. But coming up next on Brock and Salk.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
How will the offense get even better?
Once Torrey Horton gets back, this offense can be even better. Imagine him in this offense. That third receiver has kind of been missing. Granted, there's a lot of 2 receiver combinations out there that do play with a couple of tight ends at times. And that's what's exciting about this team on both sides of the football is that offense is great, defense is great, and you still haven't had these big performances from guys who are more than capable of doing it.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Ready to deck the holidays? Win a brand new free deck, courtesy of one of the most trusted exterior companies in the Pacific Northwest, State Roofing and Exteriors. Don't miss out. Enter now at mynorthwest.com/win. That's mynorthwest.com/win.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're planning to propose this holiday, we're ready to make creating your engagement ring a warm, welcoming experience. At Shane Company, we're all about your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Explore the widest selection of diamonds and ring settings ready for you to see in person, or visit us at shaneco.com. You'll have your ring in days, not weeks. Our friendly jewelry consultants don't work on commission. There's never any pressure, just perfect proposals. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels. A $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
Upgrade your home's comfort and save up to 75% on scratch and dent and overstock equipment at Home Comfort Alliance. Over $3 million worth of heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners from top manufacturers like Lennox. All now up to 75% off. Visit HomecomfortAlliance.com.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Mark Markers. Sorry about just Mike
Heward. Not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, final hour here this morning, Brock, and it's going to go all over the place, huh?
Wild show.
I know, yeah, everything's moving around.
By the way, did you end up over $2,000? Right? Did I see that with the golf?
I don't know where it ended up. I don't know. I never got to see all the final numbers. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't look at when it closed yesterday?
I looked at it after it closed, and it just said sold. It didn't give any of the final numbers, so I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
Did you look?
I took a peek with like 15 minutes to go.
Oh, okay. So it only ended up at like 2,000 or so. That's too bad.
Not only. Come on.
I heard that the show visit with Charlie Harger went for like $5,000 right at the end.
One, yeah.
So
Tommy.
like I don't know. It feels like we did okay.
All right.
Not gonna like brag about it or anything like that.
Sure.
I know that. Let's see. Lyle doesn't know this is 206. Lyle doesn't know Salk's movies or music references, so he's an idiot to be ridiculed. Salk doesn't know a huge segment of American pop culture, country music, and he considers himself cultured. Yes.
Right.
You got it. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for summing it up so well. Knowing country music makes you less cultured. So I appreciate you understanding exactly where I'm coming from. Let's hear what you guys have.
That's actually something the professor would have agreed with you on as well. He's
Damn right.
Not a fan.
John, one of the most brilliant thinkers of our time.
Cultured like the professor. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing.
Not knowing hick culture? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm feeling pretty good about all that.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see what the people
Brock
have for
Heward
us.
doesn't just hate one kid. I am so disappointed in Michael Salk.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're mindless. Love you, bye.
It's time for Brock and Salk's Here's the Thing.
Okay, here's the thing.
Cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold
gonna be
beer,
so
cold
great
beer,
when
cold
Avery
beer. Cold
Cecily
beer,
fall in
cold
love
beer,
with a
cold
country
beer.
music star.
Cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer.
We don't have time for this.
All right, let's hear what the people have for us this week. This is Valentine.
This message goes to Brock Heward. I've been playing Madden since 1990. As a young buck, about 8 years old. And this year, he was on the Madden as a commentator. And I would say, next to John Madden, Brock Heward is one of the best sports guy on Madden.
Wow.
Oh, some words of affirmation.
You work hard at it.
I like that for your, you should add that to your social media profile. Sports guy on Madden.
Don't you feel like that's going to get easier as they start to AI you over the next couple of years?
I hope they never do.
No, but they'll take your voice.
One thing I need to do, I need to film myself or have Molly film when I build my set. It's hilarious.
I bet.
And then I build my little cave. I got my moving blankets. I got this. I got to do all this stuff. I just did it yesterday. And then to just listen to the absurdity of me in my cave for 2 hours.
I should have put a little disclaimer on the golf package that you're not allowed to listen to country music during the round.
Oh, God.
That should have been just a disclaimer.
Hard stop.
Here's Steven Waitsburg.
Here's the thing. This is Steven Waitsburg. I'm watching the stream because I'm recovering from surgery, hanging out, just relaxing, taking some time off of work. And I'm watching Salk here try to read with them glasses at the end of his nose. My dude, you're only a couple years older than me, but you look ancient when you wear those glasses like that. You're a good guy. I love this show. You guys are great. But my brother, those glasses make you look so old. Come on, let's go. Go to the optometrist, get some different glasses, do something, man. Or just pop them back a little bit. Love the show.
But if you pop them back, then I get nauseous. Like I can't.
Especially on Mondays.
Yeah.
When you're on Mondays.
Have I professed how much I hate being on that set? Have I ever mentioned to you how much I hate it?
Yes.
If you put them on all the way, it makes you nauseous. It seems like you don't have the right glasses.
No, they're perfect. If I look through them more at you, you're blurry, and then I'm dizzy.
Do you want me to get you the ones that snap? So you can
No,
just wear
I'm
them?
happy with what I got. I don't care what Steven Waitsburg says. I look down at the stuff, and then that's why they're at the end of my nose. And then I look up, and I don't have to use the glasses.
Remind me again, how old are you?
Let's hear from Zane.
Here's the thing. I got the atmospheric river blues. I got the atmospheric river blues. I got rain streaming over my fuse. I sure hope my football team doesn't lose. I got the atmospheric river blues. The atmospheric river blues.
This keeps going. Kind of like the atmospheric river. It just keeps going. You want to hear a song?
Sure.
That was one. Here's another one. This is a song from Victoria, Stan.
Here's the thing. This is Stan from Victoria. Old man Rivers, that old man Rivers, he don't say nothing, but must know something. He just keeps throwing, he keeps on throwing along.
I just had a baseball teammate named Old Man Rivers.
Yeah? That was
He
his
loved
name?
to read. Because unlike the other kids, like Lyle, that don't like to read, Old Man Rivers was a reader.
Wow. We got a message from Old Man River, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Old Man River literally left us a message for Here's the Thing.
Here's the thing. Old Man River here, and it's my understanding you've got some sort of young whippersnapper of a head coach who's supposed to be a defensive wizard. And I don't like wizardry. It's witchcraft and it's blasphemous. So I'm dusting off the howitzer. And you sea chickens better learn to swim, because the rivers are raging, the tides are rising, and you gonna drown.
Whoa.
What is that first hit going to feel like on Phillip?
Oof.
And who's going
Doughy.
to deliver it?
It's going to feel pretty doughy.
You want to bring E-Man Worry or Spoon off the edge so he can feel that?
No, I don't know if their spoon's big enough. Might bounce off him. I'm hoping it's like Derek Hall. Somebody with some oomph behind him.
Oof. You got 3 more here.
I know. Somebody said I look like Chuck Schumer with the glasses. Yeah, I can see that because he wears them at the end of his nose,
He does.
too. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. I look a little bit. Yeah. I'll buy
So does
that.
Sean Payton.
Does he do that now?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, I'll take Chuck Schumer. That's about right.
Okay, so here's the thing. That commercial where Brock says 6, 7 drives me freaking crazy. I want to rip my ears off every time I hear it. I try to mute, but sometimes it slips by like it just did. It is so cringy and embarrassing. Brock, what the hell?
Well, good news, Chad. I just taped my new
good
Xfinity spot.
6-7 free.
It's 6-7 free.
I like that he wants to rip his ears off. Here's William.
You know what? My dad has that same, like, there's certain commercials for some reason. Flo from Progressive drives him nuts. And it's kind of what that guy was saying. I'll see him, like, just flying across the room trying to reach the remote to mute it because he hates it so much.
1877 cars for kids.
Can you explain to me why Sam Darnold does not take deeper drops so he has some more time to get rid of the ball? I just think of Drew Brees. Now he had time to survey the field. Sam takes 2 little short steps on his backdrop. And if he took 3 large steps, he would have more time. Is it blocking issues with the line is why?
No, William, I think what you are seeing is Sam under center, which really is new to the eye as much as he's doing it. And he will do traditional 1990s 3-step and 5-step and throw off his 3rd and throw off of his 5th. So I honestly think it is so different than what the norm has become that is why that jumps out to you.
We'll let Nate finish it up this week.
Here's the thing. As Seahawks fans, we need to stop waiting for the national media to start, quote, taking us seriously. We all need to be reminded that even for our Legion of Boom, leading up to the day of the Super Bowl against the Broncos, we were still doubted. We still didn't have believers. Everyone still thought Peyton Manning and the Broncos were going to dominate us. So we need to stop waiting for everyone else to believe. It's not going to happen until we actually win the Super Bowl. And even then, you'll still have some people doubting. We got to get past this.
Like the birds.
The birds chirping.
Yeah, down in Peoria, maybe.
It's beautiful, Nate. It's very well said. Who cares what Will Bond and Stephen A. and those Chris Canty, what do they know?
I gotta tell you, Brock, this has been one of my most popular takes on country music. A lot of people agreeing with me today. I mean, one person said that I was being a bit elitist. Really? You think? I don't know. I didn't really get that. That's surprised that would come out, that somebody would say that. That is, here's the thing. You can leave us messages every week by downloading the Seattle Sports app. And, yeah, pretty simple from there. Just leave us a message. Cold beer is better than warm beer. Like, I agree. I just don't know that every song needs to be about it. Like, there could be some other topics, maybe. Horse and, the girl that left you.
Let me go through these Rush lyrics and see just how deep and profound and incredible they are.
I think you would end up being very surprised. I think you've chosen the wrong band if that's the argument you're trying to make. I listen to a lot of bands with crappy lyrics.
Twisted Sister? How about Quiet Riot?
That's a different one.
How about Poison?
Those would make more sense than the Rush one. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with everything you need to know and some cold beer next on Brock and Salk.
Judas.
Get inside The Huddle.
The handoff inside to Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week. Thursdays, noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle. Every Thursday at noon. Exclusively on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
If that 44-year-old guy is under center on Sunday, he's probably going to take a beating and his body is going to hurt. But you don't have to play pro football to know what I'm talking about. Nope. I know that many of you on this Thursday morning, you wake up with painful joints from arthritis and it affects you. It makes it hard to do pretty much anything. It's affecting your quality of life. Well, if you're hearing my voice and that's you, then please give my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine over there in Kirkland, give him and his team a call, 425-823-4000, 425-823-4000. He is the only doctor in the state, I can say this confidently, with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques. Many have jumped aboard the regenerative medicine train the last 10 years or so, not Dr. Nelson. This has been his passion from the beginning, where his heart is. And oh, by the way, his tool bag, very large. Stem cell therapy, got it. PRP, got it. And so much more to heal your pain. So if your pain is affecting your quality of life, give Dr. Nelson and his team a call, 425-823-4000, or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Bump here. Seattle U's men's basketball is hosting big games at Climate Pledge. Come see Washington State, and Gonzaga. Next game is December 19th against UW. Tickets as low as $20. Grab your tickets at GoSeattleU.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
Okay. Only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Hi there, surprise.
30 for 30 presents Booyah.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
You can't stop authenticity.
Booyah!
Stuart was exactly like you saw him on camera, off camera. He dialed it up 10%.
Can you imagine the impact of young black boys and girls looking at that going, I feel seen?
He changed the culture. He changed sports.
Stream Booyah, presented by Modelo, right now on the ESPN app.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center sincerely thank everyone who helped make this year's Giving Hope Gala possible. Thanks to your incredible support, tickets for the December Gala event at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center are close to selling out. You can make a difference by contributing to the Patient Financial Assistance Fund, which provides vital help to those battling cancer. For sponsorship opportunities, tickets, and ways to give, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. Together, we are giving hope.
At Cressy Door, we not only have the perfect garage door for your home, but we also offer options for creating space and even warming your outdoor areas. Check out your options at CressyDoor.com.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
A lot of messages for and about Old Man River, Brock, and that's what we're going to see on Sunday. We think Philip Rivers, the old man himself, and he got a couple questions about what he looked like as he answered questions.
What you weighing?
This had to be Greg Doyle, right? Isn't that the guy in Indy? Isn't that his name, Greg Doyle?
I wouldn't do that to you, Jimbo.
What is your playing weight? What do you weigh right now?
Right this second? I'm not sure, Greg. How about that? That's an honest answer. And I will answer your question a little better on the playing weight, Greg. And not what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo. All right, I can tell you that. But then I'll follow that up with I ain't never ran away from anybody anyway. Right? So I'm gonna. They you know, people say, well, they're gonna know you're gonna be right there, and it's like, well, they knew that for 16, 17 years. So.
It would be fun. Wouldn't it be kind of fun? Be a little fly on the wall. It would be lots of different times, but a fly on the wall in McDonald's prep meetings and conversations with coaches, and there is some reservation because the guy knows this scheme inside and out. Mike has some reservation for Shane Steichen, Salk. He may sound like a country singer, but doggone it, that guy can put together a game plan.
He doesn't know exactly what to prepare for, right? I mean, that is some of the challenge of adding another name like that.
It's the NFL, man. You know, it's like every week is different. Finally, we had something kind of crazy happen this year that wasn't expected. So, as opposed to last year with the power going out, and thought we had something going every week last year. But that's kind of it. I mean, just if anybody can pull it off, it's him. And guys, probably one of the best competitors in the history of the NFL, and I'm sure he wouldn't do it if he didn't feel like he was ready. So we're getting ready for him like he's been playing the whole time.
And DJ reinforced that with his years around Philip down with the Chargers and what he's able to see and what he can check in and out of, and as sped up as Riley Leonard was when he went in the game last week, as Max Brosmer was in this building a couple weeks ago. I don't think that's going to be Philip Rivers. I don't think you're going to speed him up. Now, can he get up? And after you hit him repeatedly, which would absolutely be the plan and the modus operandi, I think. But then again, like, got to be a little careful. You bring some pressure, and he sees it, and he was always one of those guys. I remember talking to Pete about him.
They don't always need to bring pressure in order to get pressure. I mean, that's been kind of the secret to their
number one in the league
this year.
Yes, indeed.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Mariners have a lot of options if they are looking for just one infielder, which is what they said they're looking for. Obviously, Jorge Polanco may be at the top of that list. And the fact that the Pirates are said to be maybe a little deeper into conversation with the Rays for Brandon Lau, maybe that does lower the market for Polanco. But there's a lot of second basemen out there. We've talked a lot about Ketel Marte. We've talked about, obviously, Polanco. We've talked about Brendan Donovan. We've talked about Brandon Lau.
Now we got Nico Hoerner.
Throw Nico Hoerner's name onto that list. Jeff McNeil with the Met. I mean, like, there really are a lot of options, even Jay Cronenworth. So take your pick, man. There's a lot of different direction the Mariners could decide to go. John Morosi did kind of go through what they could do.
If the right player comes along, if they wait on Polanco and he comes back, maybe that fits. To get Ketel Marte, it's probably going to cost them Hancock plus. And so I'm not sure that they would do that necessarily. So I think that Marte I would describe that as being unlikely. There are other players that I think do make some sense. Brandon Lau is one more name. He has been a popular Mariner target for a long time. The Mariners and Rays, we know they do business together a lot. So Lau, Donovan with St. Louis, I think those types of moves would make a little more sense, maybe even a Nolan Gorman. I'd be surprised if it was Arenado, but not totally surprised.
Just to clarify, because a bunch of people texted it, so that was yesterday with Wyman and Bob. Everyone seemed to think he was actually trying to say Colt Emerson and just got the two names mixed up and said Emerson Hancock. I hope so, because the idea of trading Emerson Hancock for Ketel Marte should have happened yesterday if it was a real possibility.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Do you understand the Sharon Moore story?
A little bit, but hold on. One last thing on the baseball front.
Yeah.
You're not buying the Bregman. I did tongue-in-cheek last hour about that with Boris and the MLB rumors report that Boris reached out to the Mariners on Bregman's behalf and he'd be interested. Not buying it.
I mean, I'm buying that is a real story that he reached. That I'm sure that Scott Boras called the Mariners. I trust Adam Jude and Ryan Divish enough that I don't think they're lying. Like something happened.
Yeah.
But do I think there's a real story there? No, I don't think so. Do I think the Mariners said, sorry, we're just not interested in third base market? No, I don't believe that happened. In fact, I'm reasonably positive
but too
that
much
didn't
money.
happen.
Right?
I
too
think
rich for the budget.
I would guess that's not where they want to spend whatever money they do.
Yeah, I know the Sharon Moore story, Salk, because it's a story
as
old as time, unfortunately. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. And he's got a wife. He's got 3 kids. He made some terrible, terrible, terrible decisions with a young staff member. And that all came to a head. And when it did, he unfortunately hit really, really bottom depth situations.
Yeah, but it goes beyond that. I mean, going to her place and the threatening and potential.
Threatening his own life, threatening her life.
That unfortunately raises a lot of questions about other stuff that may have gone on in his own family. That makes me. I don't like that. That's everything you need to know. A quarter past every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. What is this we have here? Oh, Brock, I thought I would play this for you. You might enjoy this.
All country music sounds the same. I don't know about that.
Cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer.
These are all different real country singers.
Great. Are you telling me amongst the 9,000 Rush songs, I'm not going to find a similar lyric over and over again?
No.
You're talking about pop music? I don't hear love as a theme and a gazillion of them?
You might. Love is certainly a theme. Sure.
In that raunchy 80s hard rock music, you don't think there's sexual innuendos in just about every one of them?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I do. I don't think anyone is doubting those things, but there's something just.
Do you think in those pop songs? Remember, I sent you a video of like the same chord that's played in 9 gazillion pop songs as well. Remember, I sent you that.
I mean, there's only so many chords. Pop is pop. Do I look like a big pop fan? Am I out here every day saying like, "Hey, let's listen to more chintzy pop"? Is that me?
You
big
said
bubblegum
Taylor
pop
Swift
guy?
was going to revolutionize the world as the greatest performer in its history.
Did I say that?
Pretty much.
No, not pretty much.
You pretty much did.
No, I did not.
You're a Swiftie. You got tattoos and bracelets and all of it.
Close to what I said. After I went to her concert, I said there are better guitarists, there are better singers, there are better dancers, there are better songwriters.
But she's the greatest pop star ever.
But she has an incredible connection with the people that love her.
Do you wear your Swiftie bracelets under your striped Salk shirt
every day, Brock? Yeah, I got my bracelets, but I won't tell you what they're around. They're around my upper leg, just I keep them very, very tightly around my thigh. All right, Maura, do you need questions, or did you get enough questions? Where are we at?
I've got quite a few. You can send in a couple more.
All right.
And Maura, I'm going to commit to not ruining the segment like I did 7 days ago.
Thank you,
I'm going to just shut my mouth.
Better.
Shut up.
If you don't shut up, I think Maura might kill you. Like, I think that might, like, if death stares could travel through the wires, Brock.
Shut up, bro.
I think you'd be in some big trouble. All right, cold beer and also the fantasy forecast coming up in 20. You can send in text to 866.
And some DJ sound I want to react to.
979-3776. We'll be right back on Brock and Salk.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
How will the offense get even better?
Once Torrey Horton gets back, this offense can be even better. Imagine him in this offense. That third receiver's kind of been missing. Granted, there's a lot of 2 receiver combinations out there. They do play with a couple of tight ends at times. And that's what's exciting about this team on both sides of the football is that offense is great, defense is great, and you still haven't had these big performances from guys who are more than capable of doing it.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
All right, we're getting close to this big game and getting an opportunity to watch a 44-year-old out there. Do you know where you're watching the game? Well, if you don't have tickets, how about heading to Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel? An unforgettable experience, and you can stay the night as well. The new hotel is just tremendous. Love the sports bar with 60-plus televisions, great food, awesome spot to watch the game, and do all the fun stuff that comes with it at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You want more details? Go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
It's the best time of the year. Toyotathon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with large savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like the 2025 Tacoma, leasing at just $259 a month with $39.99 due at signing. The 2026 Tundra, financing at 2.99% APR, up to 72 months, and $1,000 bonus cash. The gas and hybrid RAV4s and the Corolla Cross. It's Toyotathon. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Offers valid until January 5th, 2026. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Model 7540.
From holiday hosting to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. And now, during the Sizzle All the Way sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code SKY at checkout. I was lucky enough to receive Omaha Steaks as a gift, and it was everything I had hoped for. Items were individually packaged so I could cook for the entire family. Or if I was the only one home, I would treat myself with a delicious steak, sides, and even dessert. I loved those nights by myself. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. It's holiday magic made easy. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code SKY.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. A bases clearing 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes.
Are you planning an event in 2026? Make it unforgettable at T-Mobile Park. Mariners suites and group tickets are perfect for any occasion. Fundraisers, school outings, work parties, family celebrations, and more. Enjoy customizable catering, flexible setups for 14 to 400 people, and epic game day views, all with the help of a dedicated Mariners rep. Get ahead and start planning your event today at mariners.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
At Washington Energy Services, we take the time to get to know you and your home. We have the passion and commitment to see each project through and to treat our work as more than just a job. For over 65 years, we've offered award-winning home services, from heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to windows and doors. Complete home improvement handled from start to comfort. For peace of mind when you need it most, count on Washington Energy Services, bringing good energy to your home.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Brock and Salk.
weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, fantasy forecast in less than 15 minutes. Brock, you enjoyed our chat with DJ today?
I did. I tended to nod along to a lot of it, as I normally do, because I think DJ is on it and super sharp. And the nice thing is he gets to see so many of these different teams live and in person, not only watching the tape, but calling the Chargers games each and every week. And he's seen Denver, and he's seen Houston, and he's seen, obviously, the Rams in his market down there, and obviously watches the Hawks pretty closely. And I tend to agree with him. I think it's Houston and Seattle are the two best defenses in ball right now.
Better than Denver, better than LA.
Just more tied together. I think they're a little bit more when Mike talks about tying the rush in the front to the back end and then having all of the depth. I would put LA clearly 4 because of the limitations on the back end of that defense and some of the injuries that have mounted there. And I don't think they have the violence. I don't think they have the speed. They do a great job in their scheme, and their front is obviously very, very good and can take over games and has. But I would put them 4, and the debate's really Houston, Seattle, and Denver. And Houston is violent, and that linebacker, what's his name? Kind of a different name, but the two ends, Hunter and Will Anderson, set the tone. Oz Shakir, whatever his name is just super.
They do hit, man. I was just watching that game last week, and they hit. They really do.
Aziz Al-Shahir. Yeah. Yep. And Stingley on the back end is an elite player. Him and Surtain, I think, are the best corners in the game. And yeah, and I think they're very, very good. D'Amico Ryan's a little deeper in it, been in the scheme another year and added their people on Seattle. But I think it's those two, and then Denver does it differently. They're very, very blitz and very aggressive. And Vance Joseph is a guy that loves to heat it up and loves to bring extra people. But I don't think they've got the secondary depth and the difference makers beyond Surtain that Seattle needs.
It is interesting, Brock, as he went through kind of the one quality that defined each of those defenses the most. And it's worth noting, it's not like it's the only quality that defines those defenses. They all have a little bit of all of it. But you would think physicality and speed would end up kind of ranking ahead of depth. But in Seattle's case, it doesn't. And I wonder if it's because Seattle may not be the fastest of the three, might not be the most physical of the three, but I wonder if they rank, and I don't know enough about the other defenses, I wonder if they rank second in each of those categories.
Probably.
Like if they're faster than Houston and more physical than Denver.
And I think when he says depth, that's not, is I would read into that, and I think if we were to dialogue further about it, it's not depth like, their second player's as good or nearly as good as it's the depth of different traits and talents. It's what the Baskin Robbins of all the different flavors that these guys bring, right? It is Byron Murphy is just a fire hydrant you can't move. It is Leonard's just length and knock you off the ball. It is DeMarcus Lawrence, and it is Derek Hall, and it is Boye, and it is Drake, and it is like they've all got some different traits and talents to them too.
If what he means is almost being more complete, right? Just having somebody at each level and at each position, and everybody who comes out onto the field, you never get a break. I guess I just kind of imagine myself.
Lineup. He's a baseball guy.
I think
it's a lengthened. It's 1 through 9.
That's a great analogy, Brock. And I was finding myself thinking about, like, all right, I'm a tackle playing against the Seahawks, and versus other teams, it's like, okay, I know I got to deal with their top defensive end,
Daniil and Will Anderson,
right, 60-70% of the time.
Yep.
But on the snaps where one of those two guys isn't in, I'm going to have a little break. I get an opportunity to think. I'm going to face a second or third string guy. Like, they're okay. I mean, what is it like? Okay, I got Chenna. Okay, well, he's out. Oh, well, don't worry. I got Boye off. Oh, well, he's out. Okay, I got DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay, well, he's out. I got Derek Hall. I got Leonard Williams is out here this time. Oh, well, this time Eamon Warry's flying off the edge. Like, I would imagine it's a strain on your mental game, in addition to all the other things that Mike McDonald is going to throw at you.
100%. And then you throw the scheme into it too. To your point, you throw all of these different looks and all the different ways that he likes to pressure or show pressure, and not in disguise, and then the speed with which Spoon and Eamon Warry come off of the edge. It is ferocious. And it does strike me, Salk, almost every single time that we talk to DJ, it's 99 and it's Spoon.
Yep.
It's 99 and it's Spoon. And because if you solely watch the game through those optics, not the television, if you solely looked at it with DJ and his clicker going back and forth and watching it, and the number of times, and it's the speed and the length and the stuff they do compared to their peers in the league, that it's like, that guy just, he plays like that turbo button on your remote control, or it's like, in Super Mario Brothers when, you get enough stars or whatever, and you just are at a playing speed that's faster than everybody. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And Spoon's got that.
So it is interesting, Brock, those two guys. I mean, I think that if you're just watching the TV tape, you don't have any real problem noticing that Leonard Williams is one of those guys.
Correct.
Like, you don't need the all 22.
He's always around the ball. Yeah, he's always around the ball, and you see it in the run game. You see it in the line of scrimmage, and chases things down.
I think that a casual fan might have found it a little more surprising to hear that Spoon is playing at that kind of elite level.
Correct.
Because you just don't see it. Like, he had the one pick. That was like his first pick in forever. I think last week we saw it because there were a bunch of plays on the ball. Maybe even 2 weeks ago. But really, over the course of the whole season, you think it's been that consistent?
No. Oh, the speed has been that consistent. The force multiplication's been that consistent.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He's gotten healthy.
Like, he's played at that level even if the ball just didn't find him.
Correct. Yep. That good old-fashioned word. Once again, you hear from coaches and scouts and evaluators that just feel. I feel that guy's presence, man. I feel that guy in the lineup. I feel the repertoire that pitcher throws, right? I just kind of, I don't know how to describe it all the time, but I totally feel it. And along those lines, give me cut if you wouldn't mind here. Give me cut number 13, because it does mirror. This was Hawk Blogger with us yesterday. It also mirrors what DJ said, and I think plays into this conversation.
We hope so. We hope so that they'll be available, but each are on.
Let me try that again. Here we go.
I think the Seahawks are the best team in the NFL. That's what I think. I think they haven't necessarily had the opportunity. They have not actually proved that yet, and the Rams deserve that crown so far. But I think this is one of the best teams in Seahawks history.
You think they're saying that same thing in New England? You think if DJ did a hit with a New England morning show every week as he does with us, do you think they're saying that? In Denver, they're not quite saying it. Denver's like, I got to see the next 4 games, right? They've won 10 in a row. I think the New England's won 10 in a row.
They're playing some real top. Don't the Broncos have a gauntlet here in the last 4 games?
Oh, they've got a real gauntlet.
So I think
starting with
they're
the Packers
the same thing.
And both New England and, oh, by the way, New England and Denver are home underdogs on Sunday.
Yeah, so I think I would hope that they're still saying that in Denver, because I haven't seen it yet. I would hope they're still saying it in New England, because I haven't really seen that.
It's a 4-win team a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a level of, hey, we got to see it. The team that has proven it the longest has been the Rams. So if those are the 4 you're looking at, yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would be out of bounds pointing to the Rams number 1 and then saying these other 3 teams are kind of fighting over these last 4 weeks to determine whether or not they belong in that category. The good news for the Seahawks, they get the Rams. And they get the Niners. And by the way, I wonder if we're sleeping on the challenge of that. That feels very dangerous in the final week of the season.
You look at the standings, Salk. If you look at it, the Niners have a great advantage in their conference record over both the Seahawks and the Rams.
And other than the Seahawks, they don't really play anybody, right?
No, they still do.
Not like the Rams and Seahawks do.
No, the Rams get to play the Titans and the Cardinals. So the Rams, they have one tough one, the Lions. I think the Niners play the Titans.
Well, their final three are Colts, Bears, and then Seahawks. So it's not easy.
So they play the Bears.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep. No, you're thinking, I think, the Rams, and that the Rams have the Cardinals and the Titans. So they've got a little easier path, but the Niners got an amazing conference record. And yes, Christian McCaffrey is having an unbelievable year. He's going to be a 1,000 guy. 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving, which is...
You know what is kind of annoying, though? I will say. Just kind of the way... And maybe it's good. But you know what? I shouldn't even say it's annoying. It's a good thing, maybe. And it puts a lot of value on the regular season, which I like. The Seahawks beat the Rams. They're probably, not definitely, probably very going to end up with the number 1 seed. First round bye, home field throughout the NFC playoffs. Lose that game, and they fall to like the 5, 6, or 7 seed.
That's right.
And that does feel a little extreme, right? Because the winner of the NFC South is not going to be as good as the Seahawks. The winner probably of the NFC East is not, like, those teams are not going to be as good.
They're not going to be.
And I understand, like, why they do it the way they do. I'm not complaining about it.
It's just what Minnesota did last year. It's what Sam happened to him.
Yeah.
They won 14 games.
I get it.
They were both 14-2. 14-2.
Yeah.
Going into the finale with Detroit last year, you lose that one, you got to go play the Rams and get sacked.
It's just sort of just a funkiness of the division thing. I have never had a problem with division winners kind of getting that spot. It is what it is. Like, win your division, that's the way it goes. But it is sort of an interesting challenge ahead of you of like, hey, lose this game, you're probably still in the postseason either way. It's not guaranteed yet, but it's very probable. But, man, your path just completely changes. And I guess I do like that means a lot. Here's the one problem. Biggest game of the year for the Seahawks, for the Rams.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday night? That really is dumb.
It really should be flexed to Sunday
Yeah,
night.
and it's really too bad that these two teams are going to end up playing what could be a sloppy game.
Correct.
Because of the, stupidity of the NFL schedule and the fact that they can't change that late.
Yep.
I mean, I understand it, but, man, it really stinks in this case,
Well,
and
I'll
it's
tell you
just a
what.
bummer.
What would be really nice is handle business like the spread says, and handle business like you have in the other games, and protect the number of snaps. Have DeMarcus Lawrence play 28 snaps like he did last week. Have Julian play in the 20s. Have Leonard play in the low 30s. And you could have back-to-back weeks. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, and all these games take a life of their own. But, man, if you can limit some of those snaps and getting this game at home.
Yes.
That should help put some fuel in the tank and give you maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, you would love to have another one of those blowouts where everybody gets an opportunity to rest themselves and be as prepared as possible. And look, maybe that's where your depth comes in, right?
Yep.
Maybe the fact that you can play 7, 8 guys in your secondary and 4 guys on the edge and 6 guys up front and all the linebackers. Maybe this is an opportunity to do as much of that as possible before you end up having to face LA next week on a Thursday night. Ugh, it just doesn't feel right, man. It just does not feel right for those two teams to battle on a Thursday night. But it is what it is. Maura, I know people are deep in their fantasy playoffs now. Hopefully, you even said after your big apology last week to the Jalen Hurts guy, everything worked out for him.
Whoever it was said they won anyways, so I was glad to hear it.
I'll say this for Maura, Brock. She is very accountable. If things don't go the way she hoped that they would for you, she is incredibly accountable.
I mean, that one was epic. Jalen Hurts scored -1 fantasy points. I've never seen that before.
All right. Well,
it's my fault, too, because I was talking over the situation. I got you all out of whack. I'm going to just shut up.
I still don't know if I would have recommended Jacoby Brissett against the Rams over Jalen Hurts, but that's how it turned out.
Well, Brock, stop distracting Maura. Let's hear the fantasy forecast.
Bum, 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 bum.
Lyle? The fantasy forecast? What do you mean, no? You're just shaking your head no?
That's on Maura to get it. She always does it.
Maura does that. I assumed it was you. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. Whoa, my bad.
Fantasy football forecast with Maura Dooley.
I mean, I will say Lyle's tired today. And credit to him, Brock, no jokes. Lyle got in at late last night, got home to his house at 2:30, was here 5:55, no problem. Very impressive. So, but still.
Hey, Lyle, don't get in finger-pointing
Maura under
contests
the
with
bus
Maura.
that
Let me just tell you. Don't get in finger-pointing contests with her. That's it. I'm done. Shut up, Brock. Go ahead, Maura.
Again, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just letting Maura get ready to play the music, but you guys decided to call
I
it
know,
out
I
publicly.
apologized. I didn't think you'd start, throwing her under the bus.
Okay. In general, I was just going to start off with the fact that I usually say you should stick with your best players that got you to the playoffs in fantasy and not get too cute. But sometimes there are exceptions in certain matchups that I would say you need to take a deeper look at. So the Vikings going against your quarterback right now is one of those. Dak Prescott has to face the Vikings this week. I went back and looked at the last 5 weeks, and Minnesota has held every quarterback except Lamar Jackson under 9 fantasy points, and Lamar only had 16 against them.
Wow.
They're allowing the fewest fantasy points to wide receivers as well. They're not nearly as tough against the run, so I would say if you have Javonte Williams, you could feel comfortable starting him, and he's had double-digit carries every week this season. He's hit double-digit fantasy points in all but 2 games, so you can definitely still roll with him, but I would be a little leery of Dak Prescott and those Cowboys receivers, because as we saw, that defense is legit. Brock, you're allowed to speak about football.
No, I don't want to distract.
I was just going to say dance with the one that brung you.
Yeah, that's normally my advice for the playoffs, because I've gotten too cute before and tried to, weigh matchups too much. But when you have something like this where the Vikings have proven week after week that they can shut down quarterbacks,
yeah,
I would try to find someone else. But
Flores gets some attention as a head coach, and I know that there's some past there, and I think even still a lawsuit. I don't even know if that thing has been settled.
I don't think that's settled yet.
No,
he's a good coach though. I thought he was a good coach in Miami. I mean, regardless of whatever the politics are there, I did think he got a raw deal in Miami. I think he's a good coach.
Great defense coordinator.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, and then Tua kind of tried to throw him under the bus after he left, but now I think we're seeing that Tua has his own issues and maybe says stuff that he shouldn't or does stuff.
Got a little Lyle to him, right? He'll throw people under the bus.
And we've got this whole shift a little bit towards the defensive coaches. I think Robert Saleh may get another opportunity this offseason. I think Brian Flores may get another opportunity this offseason. So, yeah, coming back around again, like the people of the sun.
All right, the 253 says, should I start Hunter Henry, Patriots tight end, or Tyler Warren, Colts tight end this Sunday? Tyler Warren started the season on fire, and he's been a bit up and down lately since week 8, but tight ends are generally kind of a go-to crutch in unfamiliar situations for quarterbacks. So whether it's Riley Leonard or Phillip Rivers, I think he's going to see targets. And as stout as the Seahawks defense has been, they're actually giving up the second most fantasy points to the tight end position. Kyle Pitts, when they played the Falcons, had 90 yards. TJ Hawkinson got 60 in that shutout where Brosmer couldn't even do anything. Gunnar Helm and Chigo Okonkwo for the Titans combined for 91 yards. Yeah. So I like Tyler Warren, but for Hunter Henry, he's facing Buffalo, who's giving up the fewest fantasy points to tight ends, and he only had 2 catches for 40 yards the first time they played.
Weather play a factor there here?
Buffalo and New England are both pretty used to it, aren't they?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think there's going to be any Well, here we could still be having our atmospheric river.
Yeah, I meant more here, right, with Warren.
Mm-hmm. I mean, old Phillip Rivers likes throwing to tight ends. He put Mr. Gates in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. I would think he's going to see some targets this week.
Yep.
253 says Jared Goff or Jackson Dart. They're both okay options this week, but I think I like Jackson Dart. He's going against the 4th worst defense versus quarterbacks in fantasy, which is the Commanders. Goff is going against a Rams defense that's top 10 against quarterbacks. I also love that Dart has at least 50 rushing yards in 5 of his 8 starts this season. That is gold in fantasy. The only concern with him, of course, is that he doesn't knock himself out of the game, being reckless when he does that.
True.
But Goff's not a bad option. I would give Dart the edge because of the matchup.
How has Goff been this year? I feel like we haven't talked about him one time. Last year, he was like a big topic. This year, no one's talking about him. Has he been good? Back to kind of...
It's been good. They talked a lot more about the turmoil of losing Ben Johnson.
Right.
And John Morton was the OC, and then Dan Campbell's taken it over the last month. I think there's just been
Is it possible
little
that
bigger storyline.
Is it possible that he was really never that good and that Ben Johnson made him good for a couple of years?
I mean, he's been good this year. He's been still very productive offensively.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
He has
limited.
26
He's a limited
touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
26-5.
That's pretty good. All right.
And he has
Hey,
a
that's good.
70%
I'll buy that.
completion rating.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He's
pretty
still
good.
solid. I
Okay.
think their whole team's just been a little up and down.
A little consistent.
Let's see, 978. Shout out Massachusetts, Salk.
978, yeah.
Yeah. They said pick one receiver, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, or Michael Pittman. I hate this one. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard Morris say that.
I really don't love these options, and I'm sorry. I would have to rule out Odunze. He missed last week with a stress fracture in his foot, and his status is up in the air. For this week, he's only had more than 3 catches once in the last 4 weeks. And the Bears are facing the Browns. They're giving up the 4th fewest points to wide receivers. Keenan Allen hasn't had more than 4 catches since week 11. He kind of started off the season hot. He's not really getting deep balls or red zone looks. So I think just by process of elimination, I'd have to go with Pittman out of these 3. He had 9 catches on 12 targets for 80 yards against Jacksonville last week, and that was with Riley Leonard in for half the game. The Seahawks have been really good against receivers on the perimeter, so I don't love starting him against the Seahawks defense, but I just don't think the other 2 are seeing enough targets.
Okay. Speaking of Rome, Titus said this to me the other day. I don't have all the names, but at one point there at UW, there was Rome Odunze, Jalen McMillan, Puka Nacua, and I think there were 2 other guys that are flourishing in the NFL too. Like that run on receivers.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty,
All right.
pretty good.
Mora?
One other note on
Okay, yes.
that I just thought of that I usually remind people this time of year in the playoffs is that you should be kind of cutthroat. Like if you're going against someone and you know that they had a running back or a receiver go down and you think they're going to have to hit the waiver wire and you've got room, you should pick up someone that you think that they might go after.
Oh.
Just to block them.
Smart.
You do something like that, Mora?
Yes.
You'd be that cutthroat?
I want to win.
There's money on the line.
Yep.
Mora's
I'm
got
gonna
to
say
go.
Lyle.
Mora's got to buy dinner for her fake boyfriend that we've never met.
Oh,
Never
we're
met him.
starting this?
Yeah, it's turning into a Betsy situation. Never met Chris, and I'm not sure we're ever gonna. And
I'll send you our Christmas photo. We went to...
AI.
What?
AI.
We took a picture with the dog again.
AI.
You really want to go out the door like this right
Not
now?
really.
Sal?
No, I actually was going to read this. Thank you, Mora. Jokes aside, this one is true. 425 says, Lyle, you're the man. Get some sleep. 100% agree. All the grief given to Lyle today, all of
Yes.
it deserved, but it should come with a tremendous amount of respect. Came in super late last night after doing great work at the winter meetings, showed up today, and was a
Way to
champ.
go,
So
Lyle.
appreciate you, Lyle. Thank you. I'll miss you guys tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday with Brady in tow as we talk to Mike McDonald about hopefully what was a win over the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. You can stick around for Bump and Stacy coming up next. Wish me luck on my river rafting excursion, Brock, trying to get to Winthrop today. Sheesh.
Yeah.
You know where the hay is?
It's wet.
It's floating on past the barn, I think, at this point. See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper! Get inside the huddle.
The handoff inside. It's Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week. Thursdays, noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle. Every Thursday at noon. Exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
It's the best time of the year. Toyota-thon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with large savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like the 2025 Tacoma, leasing at just $259 a month with $39.99 due at signing. The 2026 Tundra, financing at 2.99% APR, up to 72 months, and $1,000 bonus cash. The gas and hybrid RAV4s and the Corolla Cross. It's Toyota-thon. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Offers valid until January 5th, 2026. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and a $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Model 7540.
Holiday shopping got you stressed? The Mariners have you covered. Grab a season ticket membership for the super fan in your life, and they can lock in the best seats and benefits like guaranteed postseason access. Or mix and match with single game tickets for everyone on your list. From opening day on March 26th to must-see matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. This holiday season, make Mariners.com your one-stop shopping destination.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
When my windshield cracked, I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
At O'Neill Plumbing, we don't just promise to get the job done, we back it up. No travel charge, no show-up fee, no overinflated pricing, and no out-of-town owners. Just clean, fast, and professional each and every day. O'Neill Plumbing.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth.